Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, Red Pill Edition. My name is Leon Jones. Welcome to another live stream here on the
Radio
411
show,
Talk Zone radio show.
Red Pill Edition.
And tonight, I'm going to give you a pretty good show. Now, lately, I've been doing videos on mental health. And I'm going to keep doing videos on mental health. Now, the reason why I'm doing videos on mental health is because it is around Christmas time, and there are a number of individuals who suffer from depression issues. This is why you have some of the violence that's going on in different households. Notice I didn't say communities, I said households. Also, I'm going to give you my information on the future of the Black Manosphere. And I'm going to talk a little politics, maybe some news, and I'll have open topics. I want to at least keep the stream to right around 3 hours and 25 minutes. But again, I want to say this during this time of year. I hope everybody understands what Christmas is about. And I'm saying this because I see many people out there running around looking like chickens with their heads cut off, going in and out of stores, spending a lot of money, fighting over products, driving like bats out of hell for gifts. Now, when it comes to anxiety, shout out to brother Theo. He is in the building. Welcome, Theo. When it comes to Christmas, I think there are a lot of individuals out there who are spending unnecessary money. And the reason why I say that is because after Christmas, right, Theo, for what? For what? Gifts for family members? Heck, I haven't given my family anything in years. I give them a call every Christmas. That's why I like everybody to be grown or give gift cards. Shout out to my boy Lawrence. He's also in the building. But this time of year has a lot of violence. And before I go on, uh, I just want to say rest in peace to a YouTuber by the name of David Carroll. I used to listen to all of his content. And I started listening to his content back in 2012. And when he did that last video, he sounded kind of sick. And I have to say this, men, start looking out for your health. Uh, no offense, no offense to brother Carol. He did smoke a lot of cigars. So for you smokers out there, you will shorten your life by 15 years when you keep smoking squares, when you keep smoking them Maduro cigars. They're just not good for you. Also, get some good sleep, get some good exercise. I exercise every day. I'm 56 years old and I feel better than ever. Drink apple cider vinegar. Also, during this holiday, find yourself something to do. Be positive. And one thing I'm going to do is watch football all weekend. Make some broccoli, cauliflower, cheddar cheese soup, and some buffalo wings. I'm going to have a good time. And guess where I'm going to be? Right here in Indiana, looking at videos. And I'm going to do a few myself. Now, what I want to do is talk about violence against men. And I've been thinking about this topic for a while because as men, we get looked at by society as not being human or having feelings. And a number of us are in power and we're making these laws to give women benefits of the doubt. I mean, if you look at the system, the child support laws, you look at the divorce laws, you look at the government as a whole. The government does provide a safety net for women. Now, as men, shout out to the Angry Snowman. He is in the building as well. But when it comes to men do suffer from abuse, men do suffer from depression, men are most likely, and I'm just going to put an educated guess or hypothesis on it, 6 times more likely to commit suicide than women because men are stressed. Nobody ever talks about men's issues. Now, if you look at football, I used to see these burly football players wear pink for breast cancer, but I don't see the WNBA, I don't see the lingerie football league or any women's sports wearing purple for men. And there are a number of men who don't care about men. I see it in the sector. Shout out to brother Nate. He had a good panel on. But men are very important in this country. Believe it or not, men are the ones who built this country. Men are the ones who are innovators. Men are the ones who set the standards. Women don't set the standards, regardless of what they say. Women have been made to be comfortable, but a number of them act like they've achieved something when they really haven't. If men didn't build this country and women built this country, it would be a disaster. Case in point, I'm a civil engineer. There was a bridge down there in Miami that women designed. It collapsed. Men had to straighten it out. Now, this is nothing against women, but when the OJ trial came out, the Domestic Act against women, the Domestic Violence Act against women, or Violence Against Women Act came out. And we've been basically living that lie that it's all males who commit domestic violence. It is not. In fact, the highest domestic violence is amongst lesbian couples. You can look that up yourselves. And I tell you why, common sense wise. If you have two women who are masculine, they both want power. I mean, you can see how a number of women are when it comes to heterosexual relationships. But two lesbian women who want power, they are going to be very tenacious with each other. They're always going to compete with each other. In fact, in Detroit, there was a woman, and this was an African American lesbian couple. Woman was about to leave her girlfriend. Well, the girlfriend that she was about to leave wasn't having it. So she shot the other girlfriend in the vagina. She lived to tell about it in the hospital. This happens. But we don't see the domestic violence that women do. Now, there's a show that comes on, I used to watch it. It's called ID or I Discovery. Show called Snapped. And there are a lot of crazy women on that show. Everybody snaps. But when it comes to men, we're not looked at as being nothing but disposable. Now, if you're a man and you're listening to this information, you need to understand that you can also, especially if you have a partner, that partner can tick you off, especially if she's the insecure type, especially if she likes to pick at you. A number of them poke at the bear. Every man snaps. I've snapped. And during this time, you're going to be around family. And I just believe family is the worst place to be right now, especially when it comes to politics, because you have a number of individuals who get very emotional, and particularly African Americans. And I was watching, a shout out to Red Pill Rage. I was watching her video yesterday, and she had BMT. Now, I like BMT. I believe he's a good brother. But when I see individuals who have that liberal mindset, they constantly ask a lot of questions. And when you give them the answer, they still continue to ask questions because you're not giving them the answer that they want. And black people, especially, don't know anything about politics because they don't read. They think they know. I mean, when I'm hearing a number of African Americans say that more African Americans are killed by police than anything, that is not true at all. You have some African Americans who are killed by police, but a lot of the killing that goes on is by black on black crime. Now, breaking those numbers down, was some of that homicide justified? See, this is why I don't give straight numbers, because you can take numbers and do anything that you want with them. But getting back to domestic violence, men do get abused, but we don't look at men's abuse. Is it that we don't care about men's abuse? Is it that we don't understand men's abuse? We're always looked at as being the perpetrators. Now, are there instances where we have to defend ourselves? Absolutely. I believe that. Is everything a man's fault? No. But being a man in this country, a problem that I see is that too many men are very soft. I watch the NFL. I see them complain all the time. It used to be that men were doers. Now men have basically sit back and allowed some of the women to take over. And in this space, and I'm still an advocate that this space should be a male space only. There's nothing wrong with having women in the chat. They can listen. But coming into the space, taking over, utilizing our talking points and making them theirs so they can go ahead and get their channels up. And then they put the womanist point of views after they've gotten our point of views in the process and not allowing men in their space. That's a problem for me. Now, again, here on the 401 Talk Zone radio show, I have no beefing on my channel. I do one live stream a week. I'm going to have 6 people on the panel and only 6 people. I'll rotate people in and out. I got good moderators and mods. If you see some riffraff in my channel, kick it out. And I say that because when it comes to social media, we're all going to have trolls. Now, that being said, when it comes to men, I'm going to show you what we have to deal with. I'm going to read this article. So sit back and enjoy. Now, I was talking about I was talking about abuse. Now, here is an article that I am going to share. Um, the article comes from medicalexpress.com, and it talks about the comparison of intimate partner violence injuries among sexes. It uncovers higher level of severity for male victims. Shout out to brother Osama in the building. Now, that being said, when it comes to men, we do share a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems. A lot of us men have problems. Okay. When it comes to men, now, and I'll put it up and I will go through it. Uh, IPV, which is intimate partner violence, it remains severely unreported in emergency departments. That's known as ED, and women represent most reported cases. Now, few studies have evaluated how men present with IVP injuries, leaving ED physicians unprepared to identify and assist male victims of domestic violence. Now, new research led by investigators from Brigham and Women's Hospital uncovered distinct differences in how men and women experience IPV. Now, if you don't know what IPV is, I just mentioned it. It's intimate partner violence. And again, men and women experience different. And because we experience it different, well, the key injury trends for ED physicians, they recognize that the results are published in aggressive behavior. So their findings are contrary to the notion that violence perpetrated by women is not capable of causing severe injuries to their partners, said Bartai Khurana, medical doctor, emergency radiologist, and founding director of the Trauma Imaging Research and Innovation Center of Brigham's Department of Radiology. Moreover, men are less likely to seek help as they are likely to recognize it as criminal. And they may see IPV, which is intimate partner violence, as unmasculine and fear being ridiculed. Now, that when it comes to men calling for help, I actually agree with that. Good evening, Awesome Alice. Welcome to the chat. Shout out to No Country for Old Simps in the building. And I'm talking about domestic violence against men in this chapter. Now, again, as I bring everything down here, although 33% of men experience IPV in their lifetime, few efforts exist to recognize men facing this threat. Biases suggesting that IPV predominantly affects women may also cause medical professionals to overlook IPV related injuries in male patients. Now, while 31% of men in a previous study reported an injury severe enough for hospitalization, only 18.1% sought medical assistance, suggesting social stigmas may also dissuade men from seeking help. Now, in this study, investigators collected data from the National Electronic Injury Surveillance System, known as NEAS, which is a collection of injury data from roughly 100 hospitals across the country. Khurana and colleagues compiled data from patients that self-reported IPV-related injuries from 2005 to 2015. Then they of course, again, reevaluated the cause of each injury. Now, it's atomical location and its diagnosis. Then they compared these results between men and women. Now, the research revealed significant sex differences in injury presentation and location, with while facial bruises are common amongst female victims of IPV. Men in the study were significantly more likely to have lacerations more often on their forearms. Men are also likely to have been cut or pierced, bitten, hit by a motor vehicle, burned, or sustained a gunshot wound, while women were most likely to have been struck or fallen. There were also more hospitalizations in IPV male victims than females. Now, I say this because what is IPV? IPV is intimate partner violence. That's what IPV is. So if you didn't know, yeah, it's intimate partner study. It's just another word for domestic violence against men. All right, let me continue, and then I'm gonna open it up. I'm definitely gonna open it up. All right. Again, the statistics, and I hate to use statistics because I don't know how old these statistics are, but interestingly, men constituted 36.1% of all IPV victims over 60, which raising a rare awareness that IPV considerably affects or impacts older men. Notably, this study only included participants that disclosed that they were victims of IPV at the time of injury. Victims of domestic violence rarely reveal the origins of their injuries in the ED, meaning that many IPV cases go undetected. So in the future, Karana hopes to incorporate this research into medical training, and he has already begun educating the radiology community and instructing her residents on what to look for in patient injuries. So basically, what they're seeking is still the tip of the iceberg, as very few patients will report IPV at the time of injury. That's what she says. So, identifying these injuries would allow us to provide patients with resources. Now, again, I said this a long time ago that men have to not be afraid to report domestic violence. Women report it all the time, even if it's fictitious. Now, again, this is not a slap at men versus women. I'm just telling you that I've been seeing a lot more men get violent, especially around the holidays. I mean, you just had a triple murder suicide in Maryland, and here in my state of Indiana last week, I did a video on it. There was a quadruple murder suicide where a 20-year-old killed his mother, father, sister, and the other sister escaped and he killed himself. Now, I just want to say this. We are in holiday season, and I see a lot of crazy people out here. We have to know our surroundings. Many of us don't. Right now, there are a number of individuals who are taking it upon themselves to take from people. I mean, the violence is run amok. And it's not just going on in the bigger cities, it's going on in the smaller areas too. The question is, what do we do about it? And when it comes to domestic violence against men, what do we do about it? As men, should we report it? Because I'm looking at it this way. One of the reasons why men don't report it because they believe that it's not masculine to report themselves being attacked. Number two, they're looking at it as they won't be believed. Why? Because most men aren't the victim of domestic violence. So, as reported, women are. And again, women can make up anything. Now, I'm not saying all of them do, but a number of them do. They have the safety net. And as men, we're going to have to start taking domestic violence against men serious. And this all starts on about the environment. The foundation is the environment. Where did this man come from? What kind of family upbringing did he have? Was his father abusive? Now you have some abusive, domineering mothers out there. That's true also, Malice. We got to hold women accountable. The problem is society tends to give women all of the equality of a man without the accountability. That's why they believe that they can do anything they want to do. That's a problem because they think they can go out and poke the bear and the bear is not going to make Sunday dinner out of them. But I'm telling you, and I said this back in 1998, that if the laws keep getting worse, there's going to be more and more men beating women. And it has happened. Shout out to Little Big Nate in the building. I'm talking about domestic violence here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. See who wants to get on, and we're gonna talk about this domestic violence. But in the meantime, let me see if I can get this video up to show you what an abused man looks like. Hold tight.
Daniel spent more than a month in the hospital and suffered through 8 operations. He still carries around the scars, and it is a heavy burden. A daily reminder of the woman McDaniel says intentionally set him on fire, burning away his flesh, his ego, and his peace of mind. That woman was his girlfriend. Was she trying to kill you?
I think so.
And if he's right, she would certainly not be the first. Each year in this country, 600 men are killed by their wives, girlfriends, or exes. You hear the statistics for female victims of domestic violence.
We know that every 15 seconds a woman is battered.
But how often is a man battered by a woman in the United States? Well, the number is the same every 15 seconds. At least according to Richard Gellis. Gellis is considered one of the country's leading experts on domestic violence. He has made a career of talking to victims and perpetrators, and what he's discovered is that
the women are as likely to initiate the violence as the men.
And it might surprise you to know that Gellis says 1/4 of all domestic violence cases involve men who don't hit back. That's what the numbers say. In this room in Sacramento, California, you'll find the people who back them up.
Somebody was going to die in my house. I was ready to fight to the death over who didn't change the toilet paper roll.
These 3 women have all been locked up.
I don't know if you can all see it.
Usually against a husband or boyfriend. Women have also done time in an anger management class run by Claudia Diaz.
And do you think people would be surprised how many women come here?
Amazed. I think they would be surprised
How many women engage in physical violence?
The Sacramento program is one of just a handful of anger management programs in the U.S. targeted toward women who abuse their male partners.
You think that can't nothing happen to you. I mean, you just can go through life and do it and hit and slap and punch.
And I thought it was really cool to be a tough guy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
defend yourself.
So if there are men who are victims of domestic violence, it seems that there would be shelters to house those men. We searched the whole country and found just one domestic violence shelter that accepts men. We found it here in the middle of the California desert. We can't show you the outside of the shelter because we...
And that's another problem that we fail to see. Yeah, it is blank. Oh, you see it now? Well, there are no domestic violence shelters for men. And that's something that has to change. Again, when men don't report domestic violence, nothing is ever going to be solved. Now, even if they do, we have to have the people in power who are going to take up the legislation and make it part of their policy. The problem is we have the feminists out here. They want to run the narrative and they still believe that men are the perpetrators. Now, I'm not saying men aren't perpetrators, but there are a number of women out here who that's right, Grago. That's right, Grago. Women often start, and that's right. No, there are grown men doing streams about how I look. It's hilarious. Well, yeah, that's they're childish men. I mean, this right here is something real, domestic violence. And if anybody is going through it, I want to know. What I'm going to do, since the video is not coming in the way I want it to come in, probably have to get little Big Nate to show me how to share some of these screens. I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can drop the link. Guys want to hold on for a minute. There's the link. There's the link to the article that I just read earlier. Let me put the link up to the chat or to the panel, and we're gonna come on up to the panel, and you guys want to come on up? Let's discuss this, because I can do stories, I can read it day in and day out, but we gotta look at what's going on here. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you my humble opinion about what's going on. I'm just going to say this. A lot of men out here, they just, for some reason, they're afraid to report domestic violence. It starts with us. And shout out to you, Brother Nate. It's good that you did cam up, brother. Shout out to you, brother. And this is holiday season. And there are going to be a number of individuals who suffer from depression. Now, again, we can have all the medicines in the world. Shout out to you all. Now, welcome to the panel.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you, Lima Charlie. Yes.
Okay. This is a good subject, 411. I don't think it gets talked about enough.
No, I don't either. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I just see a number of men, though, when it comes to domestic violence, they do not say anything about it. What say you?
Yeah, I've known quite a few guys that have been in like abusive relationships. It starts it starts verbally, and then they start to like get controlling with their social media. They start to control their job. Some of them even go through women messing their car up so they can't go to work, so they can be underneath their arm, their wing. I mean, some women are out of this world, and it's because a lot of women aren't held to the same account as men. Now, if that changed and women could face time like men do, I think that would change. I think that's what men in the manosphere could work towards is better policies for victims of domestic violence for men. That's something y'all can work on, is because everything starts as a policy.
That's
As a
correct.
policy. So that's something.
And salute to Hoop Jargon in the building. I hear everything that you're saying. And good evening, Jenny V in the building. Here's the problem. And sometimes we tend to blame everything on the women, but there are a number of men out there who are afraid, Alice, to do anything about it. They're afraid that it's not masculine to report anything. I disagree with that. And because we men could either get in power, push these policies about domestic violence against men, or just leave it alone. Because at the end of the day,
And that's not going to solve anything if they just leave it alone. I look at your stream because I be thinking about my sons. You know, what if they get older? How are they supposed to deal with a situation when they're dealing with an abusive woman? You know, because that can happen. I think that we have to think about the next generation.
right.
And you're right. There is a lot of men that are afraid to speak up because they've been taught that a man is supposed to just put up with abuse. A lot of them, like, and it comes from how they were raised. Sorry, it's sad. It's sad, and then it builds this mentality. Like I noticed at school, my son, when he take up for himself, like he got in a fight because I told my son, I said, "You're dealing with a bully. They're not going to leave you alone till you fight back." And they told him if he fought back, that he was going to be suspended. I told him, "You get suspended, we go get ice cream."
Well, you know what? But that is true. See, there's always a roadblock to try to stop men, and I don't believe that men should put their hands on a woman unless he's being attacked. Then you got to do what you got to do.
And then that's self-defense.
But even with the self defense, he's still going to go to jail because the system believes the woman. That's the problem. And
Yeah, but I think men need to realize that you get them on camera, try to get them on camera as much as you can because we have these devices. Use them to your advantage. Don't get it. See, they're pushing a lot of fear into men's head, is what I'm seeing. Okay, it's a psychological thing. They tell these men, "Oh, the women." That's how they mentally break down the man. Okay, they'll tell, "Oh, I could do whatever I want to you because they ain't gonna believe you. They gonna believe me." And because he gets that little thought in his head, that's a lot of reason they don't say anything because they've been emotionally and mentally abused and verbally to the point where they think that nobody will believe them. That is a bad feeling to feel like that. That's why a lot of crimes don't get told because a lot of people, they got it in their head that there's nothing I can do, but you don't know until you try.
exactly. So what you're saying is, and I'm right with you. There are just a lot of men out there who they're basically afraid of what their I'm going to say what their friends, what their family, society already thinks of us as disposable personnel anyway. You look at all the wars, who's fought all the wars and died in all the wars. It's been men. And
Yeah.
society's still looking at us as nothing. Now, can I blame everything on society? I can't. I have to blame some of it on ourselves because uh, a number of men, and I'm looking all over. It's not just in the black community, it's all over. They don't have fathers. And even if they do have fathers, I see a lot of parents today. They tend to be more friends with their children instead of parents. So the parents aren't
Yeah,
their children, and this is why you have a number of older children who are still living at home too.
that's why you have that. We have a whole generation of kids having kids.
Exactly.
This after the 60s, they did some studies. Like there was more what is it, teen pregnancies without marriage at a certain time. So how would that affect our society? It would affect it. It would cause a ripple effect basically, because now we got kids raising kids, and then them kids, by the time they're 30, their kids are having kids, and then we have a whole little branch of broken families. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like they're not getting married anymore, they're just hooking up. We have the hookup culture. um People ain't getting married anymore. A lot of them just shack up. That's what my mama calls it, shacking up. When you shack up, I know you know that saying.
Oh, I know that saying. Yes, indeed. You also have individuals out here, and this is just another opinion I have, and I talk about this all the time, Alice. Social media. I think a number of us have made social media part of the reality in our lives. Now, again, social media, at one form or another, has always been there, whether it's been by the television, the radio, uh, we got the internet. Now we have all these apps,
Newspaper
newspapers, but we
and
have,
magazine.
oh, yes, magazines, and the education system isn't that much better. The religious or the institutions of religion, they're not that great. And Celine mentioned something too about domestic violence, and I said it at the beginning of my show. Lesbian relationships are very abusive, and that is true. In fact, on Little Big Nate, I sent them a video where uh, two lesbians were in a relationship. One was leaving the other, and the one that was being left shot the girlfriend 11 times, and that includes 4 times in the vagina, and she woke up in a hospital in Detroit to tell about it. That's how violent that is. And the black community,
Yeah, but I think that it goes back to the individual, because for someone to be that what is it, sociopath, they have to have some kind of condition. I think the majority of people that you find that are abusive have that narcissistic disorder, some form of it,
oh yeah, and
because
also they got some schizophrenia going on there as well, because they really don't believe in the facts. They're schizo, and yet narso, psychopathic.
they have
Uh,
trust issues.
absolutely,
Yeah, because
absolutely.
I was doing like I used to work at the hospital volunteering, and I worked with a couple different groups, and I noticed like they had a domestic violence group. It was half men and half women,
Right.
and it was an interesting group because I got to see the men talk about the domestic violence they went through. And as you listened, what the women were saying and what the men were saying was basically identical in the way that these people functioned. It's like it didn't matter if it was a male or female. It was like there was these red flags and traits that you could pay attention to. That was an eye-opening kind of group that I seen, because I had never seen. Normally, when you're talking about domestic violence, it's women in one room and men in another room. But I think that a person that did that group wanted to open the eyes of the abused to realize it's a versatile situation. Have you ever seen a group like that?
I've never seen a group almost 50-50 men and women. I've always seen it where it's mostly women, and they develop all these support groups, And at the end of the day, these women support groups become hate support groups of men. I've
Yeah, they
seen,
get this. What is it? They become the victim becomes the predator. Yeah,
and and that's true because the law is always on their side as well. I mean, I'm looking at what's going on right now with two murder suicides that I did here on my channel. Of course, the um, the triple murder in Maryland and then the quadruple murder here in Indiana, and they're happening around this time of year. Now, does the holiday have something to do with it? Because I know there are a number of individuals who are very, very lonely during the holidays. Holidays can cause a lot of depression. That is absolutely true. And when it comes to men, men have a higher rate of suicide than women. Again, men don't have a safety net, men don't have shelters. So a lot of men around this time of year, they're also homeless as well. Nobody's looking
well,
at.
that's why my when my uncle passed, right, he had won a big settlement after his what happened to him when he was in the hospital. He donated all his money, which was like $10 million that he had won in his settlement. He donated to men shelters. And I know why he did that, because when he was going through something, when a man can't find a job or he runs into a situation and he gets homeless, there's not any shelters. So that's what my uncle did in Georgia. He donated that much money towards men's shelters because there really isn't. There's 10 shelters for women for every one shelter for men. That's
You
a
know,
that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and shout out to this comment. And this person is new. Shout out to Angels Don't Fall. There is no major help for men in the Health Department of Domestic Violence. It has been a worldwide major problem affecting society and the way the world has evolved to the state in its, I'm going to say, in its current state. So basically, what she's saying is there's no help for men. And I'm going to say this: there's no help for men if they choose not to get help. Um, Men can get help if they really wanted it. We're just too stubborn. I'll be honest with you. Many of
Yeah,
us
that
haven't
that
even.
y'all don't like going to the doctor either.
Well, you know what? That until it's too late, and until it, because I had a bad tooth in my mouth, and I mean it was tearing me up for years, Alice. It took me a good 5 years. I just got it pulled this past February. So
You finally said, you know what? I got to do it.
I had to, but it is very important that men start looking at their not only their health but their mental health.
Well,
Shoot,
do you realize, like, with mental health, that is a form of wealth that most people don't realize. Like, when you're sound in mind and you're good with yourself, your mental health is your internal wealth. You ever thought about that? How rich you are when you're in a good mood, or like when you're feeling good about yourself, you're not beating yourself up. You feel like $1 million, man. Like you're on top of the world. It's like you're high, kind of like it's a natural high when you feel good about yourself. You know that feeling. When you
I
accomplish something for one.
I function a lot better. I'm more coherent. Or I can say I'm more focused. Like Brother Nate says, so we are creatures of habit. But when a man
You
is,
got pep in your step too. You get
oh,
pep
oh,
in
oh,
your step, like, yeah, I'm the man.
yeah, yeah, but when we don't have that pep in our step, we're very lethargic. And sometimes when we're being picked on by, of course, the female counterparts in our family, telling us we're losers or our significant others, uh, this is when we're going to get crazy and this is if you come from a family that is very violent, that female that's in there with that man is going to snap and break her neck or something. It's going to happen because you have a number of men out here who are angry. I mean, I've even seen it on YouTube, and they really exploit themselves with that anger. Heck, I had anger issues. I know I've thrown stuff. I know. I know what anger from a man who has been holding a lot of his feelings in without telling anybody. I know what a man can do. A man can a man can destroy some things because he's bigger and stronger, and men can get outright crazy. But again, the society, they don't care about that. They want to stick all the men behind bars here. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that the whole idea behind jail was they say it's rehabilitation, but what are they really rehabilitating when all they're doing is putting them in these boxes, making them sit, feeding them, not and everything is provided to you. It's like a free stay. The only thing you're giving up is your time, but a lot of them don't realize that time is money. Okay, the time that you spend in there is considered money. That's why they consider, if you had a fine or something, right?
Oh yeah,
And they say, well, you do like 2 weeks and you'll pay off your $500 fine because they look at time as money in there. But I've looked at, I don't know how many of these prison programs they have, and the focus on it is not in the right place. And when they send them to get help, they don't ever teach them how to, they don't teach them real coping skills. The first thing the doctor will normally do is give you a bottle of pills and send you about your way. And it's like they're just treating the symptoms, not.
that's exactly right. You're the second one that said that. With medicines help the symptoms. That's it.
Yeah,
Uh,
they don't ever want to cure the problem. Like when you look at the how many addiction facilities do we have? How many rehabs? I mean, it's like $30,000 for like 6 weeks in Georgia, right? If you wanted to
wow.
go to a decent facility, and who can afford that? And the whole time it's a cakewalk. And I say about 8 out of 10 that go to these rehabs go back out. And the reason is because they made it a cakewalk. They never told them how to relive. You have to like Nate said, we're creatures of habit. Okay, so
Yes.
how would you change somebody's habit? You would have to make them do a 360. You would have to strip them and then rebuild them back up. You know what I mean? Like rebuild them back up, and that's what
Right.
the
It's like
drug court in Georgia does.
right. Now, angels don't fall says false accusations and perjury go unpunished in the court system. True. No consequences gives freedom for female privileges to use it freely for any agenda, whether it is for money or to validate adulterous acts. That has some truth. What say you?
Uh, let me see.
Can you
I'm
see the
trying to get this.
comment? I'm
Let me see. It says false accusations, perjury go unpunished.
whoops. Oh, let me bring that back up again. All right, here we go. It says
Unpunished in the court system, no consequence gives freedom for female privilege to use it freely for any agenda, whether it is money or to validate adulterous acts. I think it has to, I always try to look at everything on an individual basis.
absolutely.
Um, because like every situation is not the same. There has been quite a bit of what this person mentioned. There has been a lot of that, and that needs to change. I think that's what we need to focus on. What is not working? what can work and what has to change for us to make it work. That's it's like looking at a problem. You look at a problem, you put the stuff on the table, and then you figure out how to solve it.
Yeah, that's true. I see. Here's what I look at too, and this comes from the education system. And when I went to college, everything was basically solved by theory. Theory is nothing but a hypothesis. It's educated guess. You have to test it. That's true. You have to see what works, and what works, you utilize it, and what doesn't work, you basically you dismiss it. Um, Jenny V, do you think mental health only affects adults? No, it also affects children as well. I see children showing signs of mental health and being labeled socially awkward by their parents. Well, I haven't even really heard of that term socially awkward until maybe a few years back. Um, Generally, I would look at socially awkward as are children introverted or extroverted? And I would say they're probably more or less introverted because they're sheltered. That's the way I look at that. What say you, Alice? You have
Well,
children.
I've noticed a trend like because of the social media, the more problems a child possibly could have, and the parent presented it, it's like it's being rewarded. Okay, look
Okay.
at look at how many shows have come into play on these reality shows talking about certain conditions, like with the dystopia, the gender dystopia. That has become like a gateway to getting money. Okay, but there's also women that have, I think it's Munchausen's syndrome, where they love to see their kids sick, so they always have to be under them. Have you heard of
Hmm.
that condition where where the mom wants the kid to be sick and makes up sicknesses?
I've never heard of that. Now, I've heard of, a mother smothering their kids, and that came from the reality show called Smothered, but that's, so
That's a
the,
condition you need to look into, because I think when you're talking about a lot of these women, you need that would explain it, because it's a condition that some women have that.
what? I'll bring that up. How about I'll bring that up in next week's show? I'll definitely research that. That's one I never heard of. That, yeah, I'll bring that up in next show. Now, Osama, he says mental health is a real thing, no doubt. However, society, especially in the United States, overanalyzes everything to give an excuse for CVS to sell you those legal drugs. A holistic approach is better. That's exactly what you were where you were going with the money.
Oh, he hit it on the head.
he,
He hit
he,
it on the head. I was
he's
looking at that because I just got that new DSM. I think it's
the
the
DSM
fifth
five,
edition.
right? The Diagnostical Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, the fifth edition. Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you go back, because like I was going to do medical billing, and when I got into that, learning the codes and how to learn the medical terminology. Of course, I can't pronounce a lot of this stuff because I'm not Latin, okay? And I don't speak Latin. So, yeah, it doesn't, sometimes when I try to pronounce it, it doesn't come out right. But what I noticed was the biggest part that expanded in the medical code book was the mental health codes. Like, I had never seen it jump like it did. It was like 2009, there was like 15,000 codes. I I don't know, 2012, 2015, it had jumped to now I needed to know 30,000 codes, and I had to take an extra class just to get acquainted with those new code systems, and the whole thing was the DSM-5.
I have to get one of those. I've been trying to get one of those so I can actually explain it a lot better. Shout out to
Well, the
computer.
cheapest way to get one is I went to one of the school things. You know, you can look them up, like used books from the colleges. They use that book when they're doing their studies in psychology, since you're real interested in that. But you can get it. I got the DSM-5 for like $10, man, used.
I'm definitely gonna have to get one of those. And shout out to Computer Robots. He says, men in the chat and all over the world, can you please put your pride aside? If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. Like, who cares what society says? They can take it and shove it up their ass. I agree. That's facts. That's exactly what I've been trying to say. Men just have to ask for help. I mean, we do. I mean, regardless of what society says about us. It doesn't make me weak to ask for help. In fact, it makes me even stronger. Why? Because instead of holding it in where I'm going to not only hurt somebody else and myself, and I could end up in jail or dead myself, getting that help will be the best thing for me to keep me alive longer. And, you know, a lot of us men have to admit we have a problem. We do. And
Well, you know, I think it's the hero complex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Superman. I can handle this. It's like my dad, okay? My he's 70 now, y'all. 70. And he thinks that duct tape and Neurosporin is going to cure everything. And I think that has to do with him being in the military for 20 years.
yes,
But it's like, some things duct tape can't fix. And I had to explain to him that
your
maybe you need to
dad
go
can
get
duct
looked
tape.
at.
Yeah. Hey, hit that link,
Yeah,
but we got
Neurosporin and duct tape. That's his cure all.
I just dropped the link. Anybody on the chat? We're talking some good stuff here. Um, uh, Angry Snowman may come up too. Computer Robot says dealing with mental health, it depends on the individual woman because there are some women who will ask for help and there's some who won't. You know that's true. And
Yeah,
brother
there's a
Trey,
lot of them.
yeah, you know what?
Ibuprofen, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Trey
right.
says ibuprofen. Hey, Trey, hit the link. Come on up.
You know what he also says? He thinks that water cures everything. I told him I had a headache. Go drink some water. My back hurts. Go drink some water. What is it? I'm frustrated. Go drink some water. I'm mad. Get some water and take a walk. And I never figured out why he wanted me to take water when I went for a walk. But then I got a mile down the road. Then I got thirsty. And it made sense. But my daddy thinks that water, duct tape, ibuprofen, and Neosporin cures everything in the world.
Well, we've been made to believe that, but in the end, it doesn't. But
I know, but I just think it's funny. But if you think about the water, how many of us are actually dehydrated? And how could that dehydration affect our brain? You know, I was looking at what if these people are running around and they're dehydrated? They're not drinking their water. They're not drinking any kind of fluids, right? Could that make them crazy?
you know that could, um, because I know, believe it or not, sometimes when you're dehydrated, and this almost happened to me last week when I did this stream. I found myself after I got off. I mean, I was drinking a heck of a lot of liquid because when we're sitting up there talking, yeah, it can be an additive if you're not drinking a lot of water. And yet, the truth, some water is not good for you either. You gotta living in the city. You gotta make sure that your water is clean. And
You better not drink the city water. Ain't no telling what they've been putting in it. You see what they were doing in California?
yeah,
Bill Gates wanted them to take the toilet water and recycle it where it goes right back into your tab. Did you see that about
Yeah,
their
I
water?
saw something like that. Well, Bill Gates, he wants to decrease the population, though. That's him. He's got all
What?
these organs.
Why ain't he drinking toilet bowl water?
He's not going to drink it because he's got the money. Look.
Yeah, but I think it's time for all these people that got all these great ideas. Let's see you do it. You do it first, and then maybe if you live, I might think about it.
But they know they're not going to do it. Angels down don't fall says I got my false accused DV charges reversed, and every time I reported Jezebel's DV violations, cops still harassed me and threatened to arrest me rather than follow the orders of protection.
Well, I can tell you how to get rid of that. You have to contact one of your senators, okay, whatever state you're in. You contact them and have them expunge your record. I think it's like depending on which state. I know in Georgia it's $150 because I had a friend that had to do that. Was accused of something, then he had to go through the branches. What he did was he went through a judge. He wrote the judge. Then he found out who his county commissioners were, and then he sent letters to them, and then he sent letters to his governor, and then the mayor. And it through his trials of sending them letters, you can get it expunged. He didn't have to pay the money because he had contacted so many people. But that's how you get that off, because they will. I hate the fact that if you have anything on your record, as soon as they pull your name up, they bring it up. It's like it sucks, man. But that's what I would suggest to the person that has the false accusations. You can get it off your record. You can get them to expunge the arrest, everything, if you talk to the right people.
All right. Don't have any cash apps yet. Hit the cash app if you wish. Coming up on the panel is my man, Angry Snowman. What say you, brother?
I'm just here to objectify women.
Go ahead, speak your piece, brother.
Don't get too objective. You got one at home. She might be listening, Snowman.
I hope she is, man. That way she knows I still work and function like a man.
Ginger. She's a ginger. She might snap. We don't want no DV on Snowman now, do we?
The only domestic violence that happens in my house happens in the bedroom.
Yeah,
but God, that was way that.
What do you think about that, though, brother Angry Snowman?
Think about what? What specifically?
The domestic violence against men.
Domestic violence against men's been going on and on and on for decades, and especially in this country alone. I mean, Christ, how many men know a couple friends or brothers or whatever you want to call them that called the cops because some woman was beating the shit out of them, and they didn't want to put their hands on them, and they needed someone to put the woman in line, and either they got laughed at or arrested.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, that needs to change.
And actually,
change now, man. I've seen it happen to some men. Like, the chick was totally crazy. Okay,
and actually,
I told him, you gotta be careful what you stick your thing in because it might hit that crazy button, and the next thing you know.
Well, look, my mom was a victim of domestic violence. I watched my dad beat my mom so bad he put her in fucking ICU and shit. But the thing is even with that being said, my mom even told me, I'm not going to raise you to be a woman beater, but at the same time, I'm not going to raise you to be a pussy and allow a woman to beat on you either. She said there's a difference in being violent and defending yourself.
Right. Jenny V, some women actively provoke men so they will retaliate and lash out.
Now, you said that you wanted to hopefully hear from someone who was a victim of domestic violence, right?
Sure.
Well, here, let me turn my camera on real quick, and I'll show you the scar from where I got hit with a fucking one of them big 12-inch iron skillets that was supposed to hit me in the back of the head.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's. I mean, this is important that we know this because individuals think that, society thinks that we men don't go through this, but we do.
Hold on 1 second. I'm making sure I got to switch cameras. Can you see? Can you see that?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Surgery scar right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I see.
dude.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
You got some war wounds.
Yeah, man, that's some battle scars right there, bro.
Yeah, they actually. What happened was she hit me. I heard her come running across the kitchen as I was going out the back door. Now, granted, she was being a dumbass and said some dumb shit to me, so I said some crosswords back, like "see you next Tuesday" and all that good stuff. Go ahead, talk about me now, Trey. I gave you ammunition on purpose. I hope you clip the shit out of that thing. Clip it, clip it. I'm not scared of you. Bring that big dog up here.
Bro, Trey, hit that link, man. I just dropped the link. Hit that link, bro. Hit that
You know
link.
what? You know what that just brought to my mind? Okay, when it starts, let's see. You know how when you're a little boy, because my son was going.
Anyhow, let me finish real quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
Just hold your thought, Alice, because I'll make it real short. What happened was she come running across the dining room. I heard her running, and I spun around just in time to see her with her arm back, full swing, like a tennis racket, getting ready to crack me upside the back of the head. And I put my arm up in front of my face because she was coming down, and it would have hit me in the face. That fucking iron skillet would have killed me if I wouldn't put my arm up, because it hit that. You know how you got that bone in your elbow? They call it the funny bone. There's that one little knob that sticks out that protects that nerve that runs in between there.
Oh, yeah. I broke mine playing football, man.
Well, they had that. She hit that so hard that it pushed it up against the nerve in my arm to where my arm was on pins and needles, like it was asleep, and almost went dead for 6 months. I couldn't move it or nothing. Dang. They had to actually cut the bone out of my arm right there that protects your funny bone, that nerve. That way, it'd take the pressure off, and I could use my hand again. And they said that and when they did it, they said that there was no guarantee that I was going to get the use of my hand back.
Oh, man.
Oh, listen to this. Really? Hey, you got room to talk. I'm clipping that right there, buddy.
You will clip that?
I am clipping that. You may not have said it, but you typed it. That makes it worse.
Wow.
This WD got me working. What's she going to do? She's going to pull out the whips and chains and fucking beat your ass if you don't work now, too? Huh? I thought you was man.
Let's not push domestic violence now.
No, me and this is how me and Trey play. Don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're constantly busting each other's balls.
No, I was looking at.
Oh, I didn't even read that. She said no panels until I make this money. So she even grounded your ass from the panels too. We know who wears the pants in your family.
No, I was thinking about what my son. Okay, you know how you're a little kid. My son had this girl in class, and she was mean as hell. Okay, my uncle tried to tell my son she's hitting on you because she likes you. I said, no, Zach. You don't let no woman put their. It starts as little kids. The little girls think that they can hit on the boys, and
absolutely.
I was thinking about that. So you know what I told my son? I said, grab her by the hands and say no. And when he did that, the school called me the next day, and he said, "Well, your son put his hands on the girl." I said, "Well, what happened?" And Zach explained. He said she was hitting me in the back of the head, so I grabbed her hands and I said no. And now I'm in trouble. I said, well, why ain't y'all doing nothing about the way she's hitting on him? I said, this is first grade. Didn't y'all teach them, keep your hands to yourself? But it's like the way they're treating boys in school. Like, they're supposed to allow the boys to be abused.
Schools aren't set up for boys. They're set up for girls. Plain and simple. Girls are capable of being able to sit still, listen, and mind their manners. Boys need to be, especially young boys, they need to be up and moving because they got so much fucking energy they need to burn off. That's why that's why they did that and changed the curriculum. And now you got a bunch of fucking young boys on Ritalin and what is that fucking Adderall? Yeah, Adderall
Rimron.
And shit. Which is basically, a lot of people are unaware. Adderall in and of itself
is meth.
Yeah, the only thing that makes it different than meth itself is one chemical ingredient. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, the entire chemical structure of it is exactly the same except for one ingredient.
Yeah, they tried to do that to my son. They said, your son can't sit still, blah, blah, blah. they was like, they had, you know what they do to you? They put you in this room with all these people, and you feel like you're at the knight's table. I felt like I was at court, y'all. I'm by myself. There was all these people with these notebooks and shit. I'm like, what am I in court? What is this? And they was like, well, we're going to suggest your son take medicine. So I came up to the next meeting and I had a paperwork and I said, I want you to sign right here that if my son grows tits and if he starts to act retarded and he don't grow anymore, I want you to sign off that you're liable for all the side effects. And then I brought up the fact that the thing you just brought up, the molecules, there's this one component where it's not meth. And after I did that, they never asked me about medicine again. But there's so many parents that just go along with it.
Well, that's because they
It's
feel like
sad, but
they feel like they have no other options, and that's just the truth of the matter. A lot of times when you get when it comes to that stuff, it isn't this. You either have the entirety of the school faculty coming down on you, and then they refer you out to either families. What is that? Family services, and then you feel like you got the entirety of a fake government entity coming down on you and forcing you, giving you no option but to dope your fucking kid up. I remember with my first kid, I had somebody, they turned me into child protective services because they heard me bust my daughter's ass when she was like 3 years old. And all I did was swat her like a couple times on her butt. She started crying. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyhow, the next thing I know, I'm up at children's services, and this dude's trying to make me feel like a piece of shit for being a parent. And I looked at him, I said, and the first thing I asked him, I said, are you a parent? Well, no. So you don't have any kids at all? No. Where's your qualifications on how to raise kids? Well, I got degrees in this, that, and I said, you can take your degrees and wipe your ass with them as far as I'm concerned, because those degrees aren't shit when it comes to real life practice and understanding of what it is to raise a kid. I said, not only that, if you really think I'm that bad of a parent, I tell you what, I will give you my daughter, take her home with you for a week. I bet you have her back at my house within fucking 2 hours.
Yeah.
what's that say? Violence against men is becoming a normal part of being a female because it's drummed into them at a early age.
I don't
He
care if
can't
I'm
get
getting
you
old. Troll away.
because you're a girl, which means you can hit him as much as you. Let me tell you what my daddy told me. He says, Alice, you put yourself in a man's position, don't be surprised when he sits your ass down. So I realized at a young age, boys hit back. I have brothers and cousins, okay? If I try to hit them, they're gonna knock the shit out of me. So best thing I've learned is don't even go there.
Hey,
Okay?
the first person to ever give me a bloody nose or a black eye was my sister.
Wow. Well,
What did you do to her? Did you eat her last Dorito? Because that's what caused my fight with me and my brother. Okay?
No, I didn't. I took my fucking He-Man toy back from her that didn't belong to her, so she fucking hit me with it.
He-Man.
I'm old, dude. I am old. I'm 42 years old. Yes, I grew up in the era of G.I. Joes, He-Mans, Transformers, all that shit.
Well, my brother was greedy as hell. He took the bag of Doritos, right? He went in the bathroom, ate all of them, and left me
My
some
sister was a
crumbs.
redhead too, by the way. She had a horrible temper.
Yeah, I got a redheaded brother, and he's got a temper. But yeah, that started the war right there.
No,
and when
all
he
your
ate
problems
all the
started
Doritos,
with you. All your problems with your brother started with you.
No, I was the baby.
No, that's the problem right there. They all started with you. You were the baby.
No, I am the fourth child. So it's like, okay,
all the
my
problems with
sister.
your siblings started with you. See, they were fine until they had you.
No, that's not true. Okay, my sister blamed my brother. Then my brother blamed my other brother. And then they finally, both brothers had somebody to blame for everything.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what, Leon, I swear to God, this summer, either Trey's coming to my house or me and the family's driving down to Texas. And you're going to see me punch him right in his fucking mouth on a live stream. Right in his mouth.
Shout out to Tampa Supreme.
And then we're going to drink a beer afterwards.
I hear that. Shout out to Tampa Supreme in the building. Shout out to brother Ant T in the building.
So what's Big Body Builder have to say?
That's a
I
big
see he
nasty
came on with his cheeks showing.
Yeah, that's a big nasty ass fucking booty he got showing to everybody, man. About
Go
maybe
ahead.
puke in my
Crack
mouth.
kills.
Go ahead,
Oh,
brother.
it
Go
tastes
ahead, brother.
good. It tastes good, though. You would never know. It tastes good. What's up,
I don't
Big
know.
Body?
That's got bacteria in it. You don't want to eat bacteria, do you?
I don't like the taste of cottage cheese ass.
Oh, man. What's happening, everybody? Happy
What's
holidays.
up, brother?
Oh, man, I just got done blowing the gasket, man. Whew.
Dude, hey, you better get Trey under control. He's trying to fuck your stream up, man, by triggering me.
Hey, I'm trying to get Trey to hit that link, man.
You don't want him to hit that link. Me and him will fucking take over your fucking show screaming at each other.
Hit the link.
It won't be about mental health no more. You'll see mental health issues in real time happening.
It's got one skinny leg and then one thick leg. That's an awkward looking thing.
But no, go ahead, big body, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Trey's being a fucking douchebag like Trey usually is. Love you, Trey. Douchebag.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm just chilling. I just got done blowing a load, but I'm still
Go
up
ahead,
here.
say it, Alice. Say it. He just said he just got done blowing his load. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
What load? A clothes?
Now, if I would have said that, she would have said that's too much fucking information.
I didn't hear him. See, I didn't hear what he said. That's the difference.
I mean, well,
why are you depositing children and not making them children?
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
That's exactly what they did. They hit the floor. Shit, we don't
He
shoot
said I
in the
did
club.
a
We
mass
shoot out the
murder
club.
today.
We shoot out the club over here. We don't shoot in the club. Oh, man. Shit, man. Hey, man, life is good, man. I must say, life is really good, man. You know, my daughter's Christmas is out the way. The year's coming to an end. I'd have made enough money to keep a smile on my face. And I just busted me. I just busted me in my life. Huh?
You're not running into any crazy women out there, are you, Matt? Because we're talking about domestic violence against men. You know what I mean, brother Matt.
You know, okay, now we got a woman in the chat room, so she might take offense to this, but all you motherfucking women are crazy, man.
Facts.
Ain't a sane motherfucking piece of pussy out here on the face of this earth, man.
Facts.
At all.
Even the ones we can get away with are still
I don't
fucking
take
nuts.
offense to that. I actually second that because I know women ain't right. We got a lot of snakes in our head, and depending on which side you get on, depends on what type of snake will strike you.
I don't care how nice and great a woman is. She is a fucking lunatic at least once a month.
Hey, anything that bleeds for a week and lives, you gotta be careful.
Oh, here we go with this
Yeah,
shit.
I was taught not to trust vampires, man.
Well, women, at least we get the devil out. Y'all got the devil in you all the time.
Hey, dude, at least if you look at our fucking anatomy under a microscope, it don't look like a demon head.
Oh, shit.
No, it just looks like a mushroom.
No, yeah, but you guys look like you got the fucking devil literally right inside your fucking uterus.
I don't know. I ain't never, looked at myself under a microscope. And I don't look at other twats, so I don't know, man. I have to take your word for that.
There's nothing wrong with looking at twat. It's not what you look at, it's what you do with it.
Exactly,
I don't know. I don't subscribe.
My wife actively encourages me to look at other women. She points them out. Now, the only time she gets mad is if it's an ugly bitch. If I looked at an ugly bitch, then she would fucking smack me. But if it's a fucking sexy redheaded bitch with a big fat ass and some big old titties, thick thighs, and all that shit, who can blame you?
Hey, Brother Leon, so what's the deal, man? You're talking about domestic violence towards men from crazy women?
Yeah, man. Because, man, I took an article, man, because there are a number of men, man, and I've been seeing they've been getting beat down, man, by women, bro. And you know how it is with us, man. We don't hit women back, man.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem.
I do.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's the problem. When I hit women back, I guarantee you, if some of these motherfuckers set examples and backhand the shit out of some of these women or aggressive women, however you want to put it, or even put a shotgun in their mouth and tell them, bitch, you got one time to put your fucking hands on me. I guarantee you a lot of this shit will calm down with these aggressive women or women feeling good enough to put their hands on a man. You
Hey, the
know, and
first time,
nobody should put their hands on anybody, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's
Shouldn't be,
true.
you know, but
first
sometimes,
time a woman puts her hands on you and you smack her back, I guarantee you, the only time she's ever going to want to put her hands on you again is in the bedroom.
well, you know what it is, though,
Go
Snowman,
ahead,
you know
bro.
what it is, man? And this goes with just life in general, with not even just with women, just people in general. A lot of times, a motherfucker don't respect you till you lay some fire on their ass. You know, like you ever been
Right.
bullied and you ever been bullied, and when you finally say, "I had enough of this shit," and you fight back, whether you win or lose, the bully kind of leaves you alone and respects you once you kick up and start showing, "Look, I ain't scared of you." When you
That's
fight back,
goddamn fact. That is a
you
goddamn
know what I
fact.
mean? Sometimes you
You know,
gotta
and
lay
you
some
got to,
fire on somebody's ass in order to
and
get the
you,
fucking respect you deserve.
and you got to realize too, a lot of these women, you ain't got no, you got to fucking keep them in line. It's your job. Truth be told, they want you to keep them in line. That's why they act stupid and do dumb shit, because they want that. Inside, they desire to be put in check.
I
Yeah.
think these women need to learn how to control themselves. Okay. I think it's not the man's place with these wild ass women. I think these wild ass women need to wake up and realize personal responsibility. But that's my thought on that.
Well,
Okay.
that's
Well,
hard with
most
soul malice, personal responsibility.
You
I
know,
think
and
we need to
also,
go. A lot of people need to go back to kindergarten, and you keep your hands to yourself. He keep his hands to himself, and they need to realize that hitting one another is not love.
well, let's be
well,
realistic here.
also, you mean you gotta stop fucking them, man. If you keep fucking a woman who's known to be aggressive and shit, she's gonna think it's okay to do what the fuck she wants. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's almost like you're fucking rewarding them by giving them dick, and they're gonna still act stupid. Take something away from them that they desire. Let's be for real. Women love to fuck just as much as men. They might be a little bit more behind the scenes with it, but at the end of the day, women are just as fucking filthy and nasty as us, man. Women
Actually,
love to
they're
fuck.
actually are more women are more filthy and nasty than men. I promise you, dude. Have you ever seen a single woman's bathroom and a single man's bathroom?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like going from a fucking
I don't
horror
know what you're
flick
talking
into a.
about, Snowman.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Yeah, I bet
I
your
don't have
bathroom
none
looks
of
like a
those
fucking murder
doohickeys.
scene.
I
But
don't
the
have none of them doohickeys. They're pointless.
angels don't fall says you still go to jail no matter what. You even defend yourself against female
Well,
abuse, and still the man goes to
I
jail.
would rather go to jail for defending myself than go to jail for not doing anything.
Well, in Georgia, they take both your ass to jail till they figure it out.
Wow.
Like in my area, it's the
Why does anybody live in Georgia? Because this
Officer
sounds like a
Roundtree.
shit state.
He's Sheriff Roundtree. He's a big black guy with a bald head. He knows that domestic violence that happens to men. So what he does is he'll arrest both your ass. You sit in the county until they figure it out. I've seen more women here lately in that jail report for domestic violence than anything here lately. Women.
Wow. Well, Angel Downfall says the cop admitted that she was lying and said she was a manipulative narcissist. Still, a half a second away from killing me while sleeping in my truck while getting away to be safe from her physical abuse. Hmm. Huh.
I think there needs to be more men advocates. Like, if you think about it, that's the little secret they don't want to talk about, because they get more sympathy for women than they do men, and that needs to change. We're in 2021, okay? It's time for society to realize it's not just a woman issue. It's also a man's issue. And the only
Well,
way it's going to be seen or heard is more men speak up.
Well, my
That's
question is why is the only way it's okay for me to put my hands on a woman and defend her is if or defend myself against her is if I decide that I want to pretend to be a woman.
See,
Now
that's that bullshit right there.
yeah, you
Okay.
said something else, brother. Brother Angry Snowman.
But
You
it's the
know,
truth.
that's a good question. I had a thought for today.
If you're a man trying to pretend to be a woman, you can go out and you beat the crap out of any fucking woman you see because for some reason they see your masculine fucking big handed fucking huge Adam's apple ass as a fucking woman instead of the man you is.
Well, yeah, now you're getting over to the area of Transformers. Then, you know.
Hey, don't
people.
you ruin my childhood. Do not fucking compare them with fucking Optimus Prime.
Well, you know, so Snowman, if a man can transform into a woman, right, without a uterus, can't all men speak on abortion and everything else now? Because they used to say a man could not speak on abortion because he had no uterus, but now a man could be a woman without a uterus.
We can't until we have a medical professional give us fake tits and say that we might cut our pecker off someday.
No, these days they be looking like a whole man in a dress, and they swear up and down.
Oh, that's them. No, those are them lazy Poe transformers that can't even afford to go at least get breast augmentation done.
Okay, Jenny V says domestic violence is one thing, but it's even more worse when it's done in front of the children. The video circulating a few weeks ago showing football, but beating his woman done in front of their children. So there was now I didn't see it. There was a video apparently of a man beating his woman in front of his kids. Wow.
Is that the one where he was dragging her in and slinging her in the living room?
Oh yeah, Tommy Jean sent me that video. Yeah, I mean he was slammed her to that TV. Yeah, that was that one.
I bet she won't talk shit ever again.
Shouldn't that prove that biologically men are stronger than women?
Yeah.
How dare you speak blasphemies like that?
Got Citizen Lou in the building. Hey, I dropped the link in the chat. Anybody that wants to come up, I can get 6 at a time.
I think it's a good subject that more men need to talk about the realities and stop being like scared to speak up. I think fear keeps a lot of men down.
Yeah. See, I'm not afraid to talk about.
She probably told him his kid wasn't his. That caused any man to throw a woman across the trailer.
Hey,
boy, Citizen Lou in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, 401? Hey, man, I didn't know if you were aware, man. Somebody got their ass on the screen right there to the right of me. Like, what?
Yeah, dude, we have to deal with that pimpled cottage cheese looking fucking thing every time.
That's my boy Matt Cole. Yeah.
I I just tuned in. I'm like, bro, am I the only one seeing this? What's going on? Like,
what's funny, Lou, is the algorithm goes right over top of 411 because he does all that STEM shit. So they think he's just some science nerd and shit. So they don't even pay attention to this crap.
Yeah, I really had nothing much to get to the topic, man. I just wanted to. I didn't know if you were aware.
Citizen Lou, what do you think about that? His topic was about the domestic violence on men. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
On DV on men?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up. I mean,
because it's always been one way. It's the women to believe. So that's why to bring out. Well, what about men?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I used to. I remember when I was in the Navy. I remember I had brought up like anytime something happens to men, like you bring up rape, like you bring up like anything like men getting raped in the military, everybody starts snickering and laughing and shit. Like that's why I tell people, man, I hope I have daughters, like for real, because if I have a son, I mean, society, like nobody's gonna give a fuck. You know what I mean? Well, like anything can happen to him. He could just be, abused and molested, and nobody will give a fuck. But if I have a daughter, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm good. Society helped me do that. You know what I mean?
Well, let me mention something though too to add to what you just said. And it's going to sound kind of grotesque, but everybody thinks when it comes to sexual assault against a man that it's always a woman doing it to a man. Nobody ever ever really considers the thought or the idea that it could be another man raping a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. I was in the Navy too, and we had a couple guys get kicked out for being bun buddies for what I'm saying.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta be
Sodomy.
you gotta be pretty sick and twisted to put your fucking dick in another man's ass, or even put your dick around another fucking man. Period, man.
Dude, look at the people we're messing with on a daily around here.
It just don't seem normal at all.
But like, it's not even built for that.
I was gonna say this too for one. Like,
go ahead, bro.
Whenever you see like men getting abused, we be laughing and making memes. Like you remember that video of that dude? He was on Instagram singing, and his baby mama was slapping him, and he was crying, and he had like a black eye. Did you see that for one?
I didn't see that one.
It was on O'Shea did a video on it, but she was like, it was just a horrible toxic relationship. Everybody was sharing it, laughing, and it's. I mean, at this point, it's like men's pain is just comical. It's bullshit.
Men have always been expendable. Plain and simple. We've always been expendable.
That's what I said earlier.
Well, they had you talk about TikTok. They have this woman. She be calling out the females. Like she has a whole stream where she goes and collects videos of women making TikToks of them abusing their old man, laughing. Like it's funny. Like they get off on it. And she exposes them. Like there's actual women now that are
she's getting pointers on what to do to hers.
No, but I can't believe they allow that on TikTok. If they don't allow men to abuse women, why are they allowing men to be abused by women on TikTok?
You can't believe they allow that on TikTok. Are you serious? Are you part of the social media world that we're all part of? To where
I'm just saying, like,
as long as you're fucking doing stupid shit, showing your ass and tits and telling lies, everything's fine. But as long as you start telling the truth, have some moral compass about yourself and some integrity, you get struck down.
Hey, Trey's gonna take that word I came up bun buddies and use it out when he does his stream. I'll know. I'll be on that stream, Trey.
Bun buddies.
Bun buddies. Yeah.
That's gonna be that's how he's gonna refer to all the happy guys out there.
I thought they were called booty pirates.
Are you trying to get this man stream struck? He's already got a fucking pimpled up cottage cheese ass on his fucking panel.
Yeah. Booty
bandit.
Yeah. Now, Angels Don't Fall says some women are evil. They live life by love, frauding. It's a career that they do very well in mastering.
Some women, all women are evil until you teach them the force.
Mm-hmm. You lay some fire on their ass, let them know, bitch, I ain't playing with you.
Right.
Your pussy just as good as my dick, so bitch, fuck what you coming and talking about. Get the fucking line or get the fuck away from me, bitch.
Shit, and let's be real, man. Modern science is creating toys that, man, them motherfuckers, some of them toys feel better than a fucking beat up old pussy anyhow.
Nah.
Here we go.
I haven't been able to come to that yet as far as loving a toy over a piece of pussy, but
I didn't say love it over. I did not. You're misquoting me. I didn't say love it over a piece of pussy. I said they have toys that feel better than some of these old beat up pussies. Anyhow.
I seen a TikTok the other day. The guy he was looking at the vacuum cleaner. He was like,
Hey, I'm open about having a pocket pussy in my house.
I mean, I ain't mad at you, Plumbing. That's your, that's your house, you know what I mean? But if I gotta give praise over a toy compared to a piece of pussy, then
no, that's the thing, though. Look, man, if that's what it takes for some of these fucking men out there to have some dick discipline, though, then that's what it takes. You know, half of the fucking problem is a lot of these fucking young brothers and even folks our age are going out and they're fucking sticking their dick in anything that'll fucking that looks like they're sniffing them. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
and then they end up with a room full of fucking problems because they don't know how to fucking control their penis.
They need to be worried about his pregnancy. They need to be worried about their what is it? The blicker. You know what blicker is? Blicker is AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, the whole blicker. It's a whole combination.
Yeah, but Alice, when a guy is hitting it, he's particularly if he's already in it, he's not thinking about that until he.
Yep, the last thing he's thinking is that he's thinking that after he blows his fucking wad. Fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then what
hey,
happens?
hey,
He's in the hospital.
And then it takes all the joy out of it.
Hey,
You know, I had
let
an
me,
old guy tell me there's this trick that
Alice,
y'all men do. You stick
Alice.
your finger in there and put it in your ear, and if it burns, don't go near.
Yeah, you had something, big body. I know you had something you wanted to rebuttal.
no, it wasn't really a rebuttal. It's something that me and Leon Jones could definitely agree on, and I'm pretty sure you can as well. Like for instance, man, it all comes down to it, man. To have some good old dick discipline, you gotta have the right type of setting as far as a woman that's want to stay on understanding level with you. As far like, for example, when I got on earlier and I told y'all I just got done blowing a load, I had my little honey that I deal with on a once in a while basis. We have an understanding.
Right.
She services me, I service her, I give her a couple bucks, she goes about her business. She ain't no prostitute or nothing. She's just she ain't no prostitute or nothing. She's just somebody who, we have an understanding. Every now and then, she needs a couple dollars every now and then, that's that. She got her life, I got my life, and when we meet in between, it's strictly business and that's that. You know what I mean? I pick her up, we go to our rendezvous spot, we do what we do. After that, we exchange, and then there it is. It's over and done with. If the world would work like that, life would be so much easier with these fucking women, man.
Bro, I agree with you.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
How do you make a hormone?
Hold on.
How do you make a hormone?
See, we need to.
How do you make a hormone?
We need to get these women under control. Always interrupting.
How do you make a hormone? You don't pay her.
See, she interrupted what the fucking real comment I was going to make.
My phone's about to die. I'm about to go. I just wanted to make y'all laugh before I go.
Oh my God.
But keep talking about these subjects.
You need to start.
I gotta go. Nice seeing you, Snowman and the Crack Master.
All right, hey, come up next week with that topic, Alice.
She better come up next week wearing a skimpy fucking dress.
No, I have morals.
You do.
With a dirty mind.
We still want you to wear a skimpy dress and talk a little less.
All right, Snowman. Don't get too hot. You might melt away.
I'm not scared. I'll come back next year.
All right.
But no, I agree with you, Big Body. But unfortunately, a lot of these young cats don't have that arrangement that you have, nor do they even know how to acquire an arrangement like that because they've been raised by a bunch of by people that teach them that lying to people is their best alternative to get what they want rather than being upfront and honest.
Yeah, that's
right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
it's hard.
It's all having a little bit of swagger with you. That's all.
Right. Well, and the thing is, it is hard to have an arrangement like that unless you're going to be upfront and honest right from rip. I mean, before I met, like I've told many people, before I met my wife, that's all I had were those arrangements with women. And it was because I was straight up with them. I wasn't sitting and trying to present some scenario that was never going to happen. I told them straight up, this is what I'm looking for, and it ain't.
Right.
Vegetable rice. Yeah.
Angel's Downfall says best relationship to have is with yourself first over any and all of anything. Okay. Got quiet in here. Anybody decode that for me?
I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming that what she's trying to say by that.
Love yourself before you love everything.
Yeah, to learn. Well, not just love yourself, but you got to learn how to be comfortable with yourself and only yourself. You got to learn how to be happy with being just you and only you before you try to go out and bring someone else into your life. Because if your happiness is only existent upon somebody else's presence making you happy, then you're always going to be unhappy.
That's true. Let's see. Let me hit the round of cash apps here.
Oh yeah, thanks for the cash app you sent me the other day for whatever reason you sent it, man.
Hey, no problem. No problem.
I went to drop somebody else a cash app, and I was like, "Huh? I got a cash app for that." And I was like,
"Thank you, Osama, for the $12 cash app." Yeah, Osama. Yeah, get my boy Osama up here. But yeah,
Now, see what the Angels down or don't fall just said. The second part is a relationship that works the best is having separate homes apart from each other. Doesn't mean you can't live together, but when things aren't going well, you have your safety out fallback. Now, I don't know about the whole having separate homes, but I will say that when me and my wife were dating, before we decided to get serious, we lived separate from each other until we decided we wanted to get married. Once we decided we were going to get married, that's when we moved in with one another. And I made her move in with me. I didn't move in with her.
All right. Shout out to Studio Ryu LLC in the house. Says Alice is awesome. All right. Well, I actually believe in that too. But when you get to know somebody, you can share a domicile with them. But getting back to the discipline, brother Angry Snowman, a lot of men, we do need to learn how to have it. I mean, let's be honest, especially at our age, we should be over playing the games.
Right, that's 20 something bullshit.
That's I got my boy Ed T.
What up?
What's up, Auntie?
What's going on?
How'd that fucking 48 hours seem like a lifetime?
We were watching it. We were watching your purge.
Dude, I was not getting on any of them panels or any of them chats, but I was watching in the fucking bushes, dude, cracking up.
We were cracking up.
That was the goal, man. It was entertaining. I got nothing but positive feedback, and I'm glad.
Hey, you did good, man. But I like. Look,
I'm digging the Tiger Woods look today too, man.
Yeah, man. It was ugly sweater day. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do your ugly sweater thing.
Hey, look, I got my T-shirt.
Is that Bob Ross?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Happy little trees, dog. Happy little trees.
Hey, to everybody out there, happy holidays out there, and be safe.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. My man's got the shirt glowing.
Yeah, no, that shit was fire, dude. I mean, oh my god, I ain't never seen a comedy so good. That was comedy fucking gold, brother.
Live TV, bro.
Hey, you had Sir Ism on there. Yeah, I remember he was on my panel, and yeah, we kind of had to. We kind of had to dust him out. I don't hate him or anything, but he just wasn't on that kind of thinking that we're on. But you were purging. Tell us about that purge, man.
Yeah, what brought that up? What was the idea behind it? What sparked the idea?
All right, so, and I appreciate you asking because it was just a lot of just drama and beef and. I know Leon. I mean, saying y'all be watching me from the clouds, man. It's always something. It's always something going on, and it's like, look, man, we want to get back to business. Like that's what we need to do. The space just needs a cleansing, pretty much. So that's what I said. They do rumbles, they do fuckery panels, they do all of that. So I just said, look, space it just needs a purge. So that's it. Any beef that I had, because I usually don't have more than. Beef with more than one person at a time, squash it, you know what I'm saying? Get it out of the way so my space is officially neutral. Anybody can come up. Everybody's got a voice. Get it out, and we go into 2022, clean slate. So we're either going to address beef, squash it, or establish it. That's it.
Right. I feel
that. I think you're cleaning up your channel. You're doing like I said on my channel. I don't want all that. I want, guys like you, and we can have intelligent conversation up here.
Now, do you think that that there's anything that can really be done that can actually save this quote unquote space from any kind from this fuckery and bullshit where people are going to get serious?
Well, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I just wanted pretty much. I felt like it would put things on blast, and people would get exposed. Like I think there were a lot of things that people could come up and talk about. People can meet each other if they never really talk to each other. You know what I'm saying, on panels or in chats and stuff like that. But most important, I knew come Monday morning you were gonna see who was real and who wasn't. You know, who still wanted to still perpetuate beef and didn't want, because a lot of people, like, everything they do is based on it.
Right.
Like their whole channel, their whole image around these spaces are based on it. So I just wanted it to be, you know, on Monday morning. If anybody has anything to say to you, you can ask them, why didn't they address this over the weekend? It was plenty of time.
You know, because I've noticed, man, that there's you see that there's a big division going on right now in the greater YouTube like panel section of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Where you got a lot of people seeking out, you know, areas where you can actually have real discussions and disagreements without it turning into a shitstorm. And then you got people
like this channel here.
Right. Well, and then you see people that are, you know, they're going more of the direction of the, you know, Real Housewives fucking YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yet then there's that small group of people that are like you and SKC that are neutral to everything. They're like right there in the middle that, you know, they let people come on and try and be that bridge to, you know, let people get that beef out and somehow or in a sense.
I salute my boy T up there, boy. He was because you had and I was on with
I don't know how you did it, dude. You got way more.
You had Big J on your channel.
No drugs. I didn't do any drugs.
No,
you capping like you got to be capping. You got
people didn't
you had to
believe
have
me,
went, dude. You had to have went through at least a pound of some fucking.
I was prepared for it. I just got prepared all through the week, and I spent.
You went 12 hours straight though, didn't you?
48.
48, dude. 48. Dude, he's got way more.
12 hours wasn't enough. It wasn't
dude, he's
enough.
got more patience than any of us on.
And it's all uploaded. People are going to be clipping that for a while. It's four consecutive 12-hour streams, literally overlapping each other.
Yeah, dude, he would literally at the end of one stream, he would put the link in the chat and say, "Okay, we're getting ready to hop over to this one."
Yeah, I saw that. Like Sunday, I think Sunday.
I made sure that the videos were privated immediately afterwards, so that way, you know, nobody could do reactions until it was over. You know,
that's smart.
Yeah, you had Big J on your channel. You know who I'm talking about that.
Yeah, who's always welcome too. He's always welcome. You know, I know it seemed like we got into it, but he's always welcome.
I think Big J is a cool guy. I mean, I was on the panel. I mean, I know I said one time he was unstable, but I took it back. I think he's all right. He's
all right when he's not being unstable.
Yeah. But it was so many things that went down, but I also knew what was gonna happen. I was like, look, after 48 hours. Y'all are gonna be swinging at the air. Either somebody's gonna be swinging at the air, or y'all gonna want to sing "Kumbaya" and hold hands. Y'all realize this is all a bunch of BS.
So how many times did you fall asleep while they were going?
No, but that was. I mean, I had two people that were you know, StreamYard now has the co-host and feature admin co-host. So
shit.
I had L Nixon and PC Beautifully Animated. They gave me, you know, an hour here, an hour there. I was able to, you know, go away for a half an hour, go take a shower, you know what I'm saying, and get straight and get ready. You know?
I mean, you did I mean, to me, that was remarkable.
I would have went crazy in front of the computer for
48 hours, bro, because you did something that a lot of people can't do.
Yeah. Two things I've seen in 2021. What Auntie did and what we did with the Black Man, the Manosphere. I mean, you know, and that's what I like. Look, I don't care if I disagree. If you're doing something that I believe is positive, I'm gonna shout you out. And what you all did, I would have never in my life thought of. I'm like 48 hours. I mean, that's whoo, man. But you had a vision, and that's it. And that's what men do, man. We have a vision, and you weren't letting anybody stop it. You wanted to get the beat because look.
Well, let's be real. What he's doing is psychological too, man. Because
let's
purge these YouTube. Let's purge the YouTube streets before there's a real purge in the streets.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was entertaining. I think everybody, for the most part, had a good time, and had fun. Nobody felt ridiculously insulted. You hear even women in the space, oh, we can't go here because we're not protected. How many times did you hear a woman get called the bitch and they fought back? Nobody cared about all of that. They didn't care about all of that. I mean, it was awesome. So I'm like, hey, I don't need our protection. We need protection from y'all. Right. Y'all are tough.
Why you always invading our fucking space anyhow? No girls allowed, bitches.
But no, they're welcome too. Like my space is co-ed. They're welcome to, just like
right.
My man Leon's space. But no, I mean, it was what it was. They held their own. Mom Cherry was voted MVP. So
was she on that space too?
Yeah, man. She was queen
crazy.
of the damn hill for a minute.
Go figure.
Ran everybody off the panel, went insulting motherfuckers, man. And
that's
she's like, who else wants some? Who else wants some? Nobody wanted to come.
That's because you didn't have the angry snowman up there. If you would have had the angry snowman up there, I'd have pissed everyone off.
Shout out to everybody involved, though. Like I just tried to tell everybody what I told everybody last night was, look, that was the Spaces stream. Like all I did was
doing it every year.
Every year, yeah, every year.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good idea because you're really seeing who's phony and who's not, and there are a lot of individuals out here who really don't have content out here. I mean, like me and Angry Snowman, we're working on some stuff. I mean, normally Nate would have been up here, but he didn't stop by, and that's okay. I'll be there tomorrow. We all have different individuals we like to deal with, and
right. Yeah, I mean, me and Clue are supposed to be working on basically it's going to be a recorded and edited joint that me and him are going to do together on CRT and the state of the schools right now, and more so the state of our young boys and how they're being treated in schools.
And I'm going to be doing some more stuff because tonight, well, you missed it, Brother Ante. I did some information. We were talking about domestic violence against men.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
good topic.
There, believe it or not, there's a lot of it out there, and I thought it'd be a good idea because most of us, we don't even see it because society believes that we're the predators because of what went on in the past. But it gives women that safety net, and this is why a number of women can run amok and do what they want to do because society doesn't check them like it does us.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Leon, did you notice that after you did your stream last week and I got on here and I started dropping all that information about child support and shit, that there was a bunch of people that picked up and started streaming about child support afterwards?
Hey, we need to talk about that too, man. While you're here, you were talking about Title 4D on that, child. We all
it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I dropped some real serious knowledge about child support last week, man. And there's a lot of people that did not know what I was telling them was even going on.
Yeah, you damn sure. You gave out a lot of jewels on some shit that people weren't hip to.
Man, that
the biggest one is Title 4D of the Social Security Act. I mean, you can look that up, and basically what Title 4D does is it's Title 4D's purpose is it's to take money from people that was initially set up for people that were on welfare. And if you had a separation, it was to have child support ran through the Title 4D program. That way states could basically get federal funding given back to them for basically the welfare that you were on. All right. So the whole aspect of child support in and of itself, once it was put through Title 4D, had nothing to do with kids and taking care of kids to begin with. It was all about the state getting government funds, because for every dollar that each state actually gets in revenue through a child support office, the federal government kicks back 70 cents on every dollar through the Title 4D program.
And you also know that I believe if you heard of TANF, right?
Yes, TANF. Yeah,
Right.
that's where they give you the cash.
Yeah, but you're basically paying back the welfare system, with
Right?
child support.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think that the whole like this, for instance, a lot of people think that Job and Family Services, the Child Support Office, is a government agency.
It's not,
and it's not. It is not a government agency. It's not recognized as a government agency. All it is a collection agency that the government uses.
And technically, because I know me and Matt were part of the League of Dads, and we remember that, Matt. And there's this guy, and Matt knows him well. His name is Omen Osiris. This guy is pretty brilliant. He put PowerPoints and everything up about child support. If he's still around, man, we get him up here because he was a wizard with that stuff.
Well, look, the thing is that if child support was really meant for the kid, to support kids, for one, like I said, they wouldn't lie to everybody. See, a lot of people are unaware of the fact that when they go to a family court hearing for child support, they're under the understanding that they're actually going to a court hearing, and they're not. That is not a court hearing at all whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. That is an administrative hearing. There is no judge that is actively presiding over that hearing, because the judge,
the magistrate.
All he is a magistrate at the time. If you ask anybody that's got court papers that have come from the courthouse that is supposedly certified and legal documentation, there's never a judge's signature on any of that shit. It's always the clerk of courts that signs it.
And the clerk of court is no judge at all. He's just clerk of court.
Not only that, I mean, if you really want to get down into it and really break it down, first off, when they bring you in there, this is what I was telling everybody last week. When they bring you in and they set you up on child support payments, they tell you you're going to sign this contract, and if you choose not to sign this contract, they're going to either imprison you or they're going to suspend your professional or your driver's license to prevent you from being able to provide. Right? That there in and of itself makes that contract null and void and illegal. Because in order for a contract to be a legally binding contract, both parties have to agree equally on the debt and who the debtor is.
Now,
and if you're being forced under duress to sign a contract by losing your freedom or your license to work, that's not a legally binding contract.
Right.
So so step one's already flawed right from the jump.
Okay, can you guys see that comment up there? It's angels don't fall. It says go ahead.
I was going to say it's the worldwide elephant in the room, a free pass to ruin men and steal everything and make them pay for the rest of your life after kidnapping your kids forever and telling them it's dad's fault. Well, and it didn't used to be that way, but that's what it's become, because the women are incentivized to do this because the states are incentivized. Now, see, the thing with Title 4D, it's not a mandatory program. States don't have to partake in it. It's voluntary. All right. It's set up as a voluntary program. So the states are making us believe that it's something that's forced on us. And in all reality, it's a federal program that's voluntary to begin with. There's nothing there's nothing saying that we have to be a part of it. Secondly, part of one of the main things about Title 4D that the Child Support Office fails to impose is the only way anyone's supposed to be ran through Title 4D anyhow and have child support all up in their business is if either they were on welfare when they were married, or the woman of the child is on welfare while they're trying to deal with this custody issue. That's the only way, as if there was a welfare, some kind of welfare thing going on. If nobody was ever on welfare, then they aren't even supposed to stick their nose in it to begin with.
Well, that's true, but see, a lot of people don't know that.
Most people don't know that, and that's why I tell people this, because everything I'm telling you, if you write it down, you can literally look it up and Google it. What I'm saying about Title 4D is literally in the fucking literature, right? And Congress. You can look it up. It'll take you right to the actual section of the Social Security Act right at the Library of Congress. And what I'm saying is a fact, almost word for word, dude.
Yeah, and
last week I showed a video where there was a lawyer literally in a courtroom arguing about 50-50 custody, and if the courts went to giving 50-50 custody right off the rip, how much money the state would lose in revenue simply because they wouldn't be getting that Title 4D kickback.
And you guys got to show me how to share videos on this with sound, because I put a video up.
Okay, there's a box in the bottom left corner before you share the screen that says share with sound. As long as you're using Google Chrome.
I do have Google. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because
once you share, there's going to be a box that comes. You see it comes in the box, and you have the option to share your screen. You have to select the screen. If you only got one, it's cool. It's only going to be one, but you have to select it. Before you do, there's a smaller box in the bottom left corner that says share with sound.
Because I'm still relatively new to StreamYards, and I believe some of you all have two monitors out there that you're using.
Yeah.
I only got a laptop. If I had two monitors, it'll be easy. Because I'm wondering how you all do that.
Well, right now I'm running off of just my all-in-one, but once
if you share my screen now, I'll show you.
Okay.
I know. Once we move, I'm going to have a 3-monitor setup.
I'm sharing the screen.
Hold up. I'll show you right here.
Let me put my glasses on.
Hold up. Let me.
These breakfast sausages is loaded with so.
Because I do have Google Chrome.
Hold up.
I see something coming down there. Open for business.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'll show you right here.
You can actually share your.
Okay.
Screen. Okay.
Yeah. So put me up. Put me up. You just have to add me to the show.
Okay. What is it? What am I not doing? Okay. Is it like an invite?
No. You should see another me avatar up there. Say anti screen. Just add to stream.
Yeah. For some reason, it's not adding. Hold on for a minute. Let me try it again. Go back and hit share. Share screen. Okay.
Well, no, you don't hit share. Just add me.
Oh, like you're going on a panel.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, just add the second one.
All right, here we go.
All right, so you see this right here?
Yes.
When that comes up, you see this box where my mouse is?
Yeah.
Right there. That'll give you the sound.
And how do you make it? How do you make it scroll up and down? Like if those are the things I got to learn. Because
you said make it scroll. What do you mean?
Like if I had a document and I'm reading it, sometimes I got to scroll down with my mouse.
Mm-hmm.
What I've been doing is I've had to go and scroll down a document and then put the frame back around, put the frame on the document part I want to read. Like if I, like if I'm doing a PowerPoint or something like that. So I can do
That's a good question.
I could do a lot of this stuff with Zoom.
Actually, I know what he's asking, and what you do is you'll do the same thing as like he's showing you how to share a video, but you do the same thing.
But when you want to share with audio,
when you're doing a document,
you
don't have to
just
worry
click
about
that box right here.
Okay, I could see that. But okay.
Okay, so when you're sharing a document, what you do is, generally most people after they hit their share screen on whatever, they'll jump back to the StreamYard tab. That way they can see, watch it through the StreamYard. If you're doing a document, and you're trying to share the document, just stay on the document tab, because while you're on it, if you're scrolling down, it's going to scroll down and everyone else is going to see it through StreamYard, through YouTube while you're on that document.
Yo, shout out.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get what you said. Shout out to my boy Citizen Lou. Yeah, hey, I need one, bro. Because I'm still learning myself.
No, I had to figure that out. Somebody had to send it to me because I was like, how come nobody can hear it? I'm the only one that can hear it.
That's exactly what happened to me. Yeah. And see, after doing all this content, I got used to that. I can do that. I can do it with Zoom. Shout out, we got Osama in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, Osama?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, my man Snowman in the building. What's going on, big body? I guess he ain't there. Hey, what's up, Aunt T, man? I don't think we met
Hey,
before,
what's
man. I'm
happening, man?
Usama,
What's going
man.
on, Saba, man?
What's up,
What's
man?
happening, man?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Everybody's good tonight, man.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
you
hey,
know it.
welcome to the chat, bro.
Hey, Snowman, I got a random question for you, bro. Random question. You
I
remember how
may
we were
have a
talking
random
about
answer.
Toledo last?
Yeah.
No, I mean this is just. Remember how we were talking? Hey, man, you ever heard anybody call it slow Lido?
Yes, I have.
No, you're not making. Okay, yeah, because I remember, man. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I was on this dating site back in the day called Black People Meet. This is back in 2009, and I randomly some chick in Toledo tried to holler at me, and so we're rapping for a minute, and I was like, "What's going on in Toledo?" And she's like, "You mean Slow Lido? That's what we call it up here." I'm like, "Really?" So I mean, they really call it Slow Lido, or she was just making that up?
No, that's what the locals call it. You know, it's kind of
okay,
like
okay.
Have you ever heard of Lima, Ohio? Which one of the nicknames is the Bean. Another nickname for it is a lot of people call Slima, Ohio.
Man, I'm not familiar enough with Lima to know any of the nicknames. The only cities I've been to in Ohio, I've been to Akron, I've been to Cleveland, I've been to what's that city where they're coming from Pennsylvania into Cleveland? There's like a it's
Youngstown?
He's talking about Youngstown.
No, not Youngstown. I didn't go through I wanted to check out Youngstown, to tell you the truth. I wanted to check out Youngstown. No, it's not too far. It's in between Youngstown and Cleveland. They got a Chevrolet plant there, or they used to at least.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. I can't remember. It's right off of 80, just before you hit the turnpike.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Taz, he's from Lima too.
Taz who?
Really?
Taz Exclusives? Yeah, he's from Lima.
He's from Lima? Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was from Cincinnati.
No, he's from Lima. He grew up over there. That's how me and him actually have a lot of the same acquaintances from Lima.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Are you in Taz? Pretty cool.
Well, I don't know so much anymore. You know, after some of the stuff that kind of came and went. You know, we haven't talked in a long time. You know what I'm saying? But there for a while, you know, you know how Taz feels about white people. You know. But he would always let me up on his panels to say whatever the hell I wanted and debate me on it.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with white people?
Apparently, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you this. What isn't wrong with white people? It's a shorter list. Because I can tell you all kinds of problems with the white people.
Hey, I can tell you all kinds of problems wrong with black people. I mean, shit. I mean, people are people. People want to be people. You know what I mean? We ain't no better than the next person. We all got our own. We all got faults with us.
If you want me to introduce you to White Wakanda, I can show you all about it. I promise. Dude, they're fucking, man. Don't get me started.
Hey, look. I've been off my bullshit for a while on YouTube, but please don't get me started because I can go in for months on people that have so much rebuttal against race.
I've heard you, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, dude. And at this point in stage of life and the evolution of mankind, I think it's safe to say that it's time to, you know, start trying to find a different way about things rather than using race as the basically the scapegoat for everything.
Here's my shit, Snowman, and I stressed this in one of my last videos before I gave up on YouTube. This Black Lives Matter shit, like really? Like I'm so done with this shit. Like when Pookie goes out there and kills Ray Ray, we don't see nobody talking that Black Lives Matter shit. But as soon as fucking Ralph goes out there and fucking does White Ralph goes out there and does something illegal to Deshaun. Next thing you know, everybody's coming in. Oh, Black Lives Matter! Shut the fuck up, man.
Well, the thing about this, see, what you just said was you don't hear about it because the media doesn't perpetuate what we're doing in our own neighborhoods to stop violence against each other. They don't tell you about that. They show you what they want you to see. It's media, just like social media. You can present whatever narrative you want, fact or fiction, it doesn't matter. It's all in how you tell the story.
Okay, you ready for this? You ready? Hold on. You ready for this? I live in a city that's named it used to be the number one dangerous city in America. And again, there's a lot of shit that goes on out here with black on black shit. And ain't none of that Black Lives Matter shit going on out here when Pookie kills Ray Ray.
I mean,
but when a white motherfucker.
You're talking about a for-profit organization.
Hold on. When a white motherfucker does something out of line to a black person, or a cop does something out of line to a black person, these motherfuckers swarm in from everywhere with this Black Lives Matter shit. And
the way I see it, I'm like, yo, if you got a problem with that, stay out of black neighborhoods. Doing fucked up shit to black folks. If you don't like the way you treated once you do it, just because we do some fucked up shit to each other, it's like your family. You can fight with your brother, but can anybody else fight with your brother?
Yeah, but we're talking about fighting and shooting.
Fuck all that. Nah, man. Nah, homie. It don't work like that. Ain't no white boy gonna fucking tell us what the fuck we need to be doing amongst each other. If you don't like the way, if you don't like the way you treated because you did some fucked up shit to us, stay the fuck from around us.
Hey, look here.
Straight up.
I don't think he's talking about white people getting the white people.
Nah, that's what he said. He said when some white cop or some other Brad comes and kills that's when you hear about it and Black Lives Matter come, whatever. That's a for-profit organization that's run by the alphabet folks. We don't give a fuck about them. They really ain't marching, protesting shit. They actually in the street celebrating.
I think you misunderstanding what I'm saying, bro. Because first off, I'm not pro-white, pro-black, anything. I'm pro and anti-bullshit. Black Lives Matter is a bunch of bullshit, my man. Is what I'm trying to say.
I won't disagree with you on that. I won't disagree with you on the Black Lives Matter movement. It is bullshit. That shit ain't a movement for black people. It ain't made for black people. It ain't made by black people.
Okay,
that's an alphabet movement disguised as a black movement.
Now what I'm getting to is when our own people do harm amongst each other, our own people, ain't none of that coming together shit. But when a white motherfucker go out here and do something to one of us, or a cop do some bullshit to one of us, now we want to come the fuck together and start crying wolf. Fuck that bullshit, man.
Big body, even
fuck
better yet, what about these instances where you got, white homeowners that, clap some fucking young brother for breaking into his house, and then you got people coming out and fucking advocating and protesting and all this shit for some kid that got killed for breaking into some dude's house.
Hey, look, I would kill somebody too if they broke into my house. I got shit invested.
Somebody break into your house, man. I don't give a damn what their skin tone is, what your skin tone is. You got a right to defend yourself, your home, and your family.
Well, most realistic people would say that, Auntie, but we've all seen the shit on the news. Like there was this instance down in Florida a couple years ago where a Floridian homeowner came home to a black kid inside her house.
Oh,
right?
grandma!
And she ended up shooting the kid. All right, and killing him. And then later that day, his sister was on the news talking about.
I saw that.
She didn't have to kill him. How was he supposed to make his money and get his clothes and shit?
Yeah, no, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. I'll agree with that. That was bullshit.
Tommy,
there were mad reaction videos about that. It was stupid. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, Tommy did it.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. But that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna see. That's media. They perpetuate that shit. And I don't think that the media even showed that shit to defend this dude for that. They show shit like that to show the stupidity of some people. Stupidity of the people they want to show that shit. You know what I'm saying?
They're showing shit specifically so people will react on emotion instead of with intellect.
But I'm just saying, you can see 97, 98% of black folks would agree with me and Leon right now. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Shoot that motherfucker to come in your goddamn house. But they managed to, they made sure they showed you the 2% of motherfuckers on the news that day that's defending that shit.
Yeah.
You know? Right. And I get what you're saying. It kind of goes along.
My shit. They gotta go.
It kind of goes along with the same sentiment that. When's the last time we ever saw any kind of news story or article or the mainstream media go nuts about any white dude or white person that was fucking shot and killed by a cop?
Yeah, and it happens. It happens daily. Very often.
It happens daily.
But also, I mean, you pay attention to when that shit happens. It's usually around election time when you start seeing shit like that. Usually an election year when somebody's got to run and, you know what I'm saying, Democrats want in and blah, 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 blah. Shit like that.
Or during a year where you got a president that thinks his name's Brandon.
That's the way it is. Like I say, people don't understand when they're being controlled by propaganda and the media. So that's what I tell people. That's just pay attention. This shit is always it's convenient. It's just very convenient.
When you got a lot of lazy people out here, they will fall for anything too. Like now, I mean, now it's 5 of us on the panel. I want to ask you guys something. How many of you all went shopping for Christmas? I didn't, because I know what this. I know what it's about.
I got kids. I ain't got no kids.
I haven't.
I mean,
Dude,
I didn't even put up my damn Christmas tree.
Dude, my wife would murder me if I didn't take that Christmas tree out of the attic.
I got a couple things for my daughter for Christmas, but I ain't doing the whole traditional shit. So when Christmas comes, here, baby, Merry Christmas. Go on to the next one.
Look, I started Christmas shopping, probably back in September. But this year I let my daughter, she's only 2, but my son, he's 6, and I let him know, look, we're going to start straying away. Last year was the last Christmas that they're ever going to have one of them big extravagant fucking crazy Christmases. I said, I think that it's time that we start getting away from this. How many presents do I get and what that matter and actually having, appreciation for just having family around and somebody caring enough to give you a gift. And that what being what matters. I said that be lucky if you get 2 or 3 gifts for Christmas and that's it.
Yeah, the reason why I brought that up, because there are people out here, and I know Black Friday, after every Thanksgiving, people are going mad, and I've actually seen it with people fighting over TVs.
My wife's is an assistant store manager at Kohl's here in Muncie, dude. So tell me something that I don't already. I've been here listening to her bitch about this shit for the last 2 months.
I mean, but that's not even what the holiday is about, though. All this commercialism and
people are going to debt over doing
not
for their
not just debt, Auntie. People are willing to risk lives and their freedom over fucking this shit.
Yeah.
PlayStation 5s and the newest Jordans and all that stupid shit. I look at these motherfuckers like, man, I gotta be a bunch of motherfucking fools, man.
Yeah.
iPhone 13s and shit.
Oh,
I feel like it's a different day and age now, man. We got Amazon. Fuck you need. Christmas is all year round. You can have that shit delivered whenever. You know what I'm saying? If your kids or whatever or whoever deserves that shit, just have it delivered right to the fucking house. Like literally, Santa Claus can come any day of the fucking year now.
Hey, but let me help you out on that. I mean, let me bring you up to speed on that. As quick as you can have it delivered, you could also have it stolen. Because I drive trucks. I do freight delivery. You got a lot of motherfuckers out there behind that wheel that's stealing. Them motherfuckers are stealing people's packages before they even get to the house.
Porch piracy is a real thing, bro.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, there is a lot going on out here. I mean, I've been seeing, when I drive up 65 every day, I've been seeing a lot of Amazon trucks, and that's true what Auntie said. This is my opinion about this. Eventually, I'm going to say brick and mortar stores may go away. They may be distribution centers when people just order online.
Hey, now that you bring that up, that's pretty much
what the world coming to.
Well, that's basically what the framework is from here on out. I mean, there's a lot of the bigger Fortune 500 brick and mortar stores like Kohl's and shit like that.
Yeah,
because they've seen what's happened to Elder Beerman, Sears, Lazarus, J.C. Penney's, and all them stores. They've already decided. They've already implemented and started doing things to where they can actually do exactly what you said and be distribution centers for like Amazon and shit.
Why not?
Yeah. Now, if you
go Kohl's is already in business with Amazon, where most of the Kohl's, if you have an Amazon package that you need to have sent back to Amazon, you can take it and drop it off at Kohl's, and they'll send it back to Amazon for you.
Well, and they're getting ready here in Lafayette. They're getting ready to build a distribution center, Amazon distribution center.
Well, they got one down in Indy too, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I'm in South Florida. We have a fulfillment center here in Opelika, and they're about to put another one in Palm Beach.
And that's
within the last 2 years. Within the last 2 years, they built 7 of them bitches up here where I'm at.
7.
7 of them.
I believe it. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. We got 2 just right here within not even 100 miles of each other.
Well,
Hey,
that's
Leon,
because
from down off of 295 near Swedesboro, they built some down up in that area, in Pure Lands area.
That's
all the
South
way up.
Jersey.
Yeah, all the way up to 295 in Burlington area. They built 7 different centers.
Wow.
Along with the ones that they already have.
Well, what they say last year
in a 2-year span.
Well, what they say at the end of last year that the Amazon and a couple other businesses that were online businesses had actually they went from being Amazon had a net profit of like 1.4 or so almost in between like 1.4 and $2 billion a year to they doubled it to like 3.5 billion in a matter of a year just because of the pandemic.
Yeah, makes sense.
And people did make money. Some people, there was one, and I don't know if you ordered from them, but they're really expensive. Has anybody ever used Grubhub or what is the other one? DoorDash?
There's Grubhub, there's DoorDash, there's Delivery Dudes, there's
Uber Eats.
Yeah, there's Postmates.
Man, they get expensive. But I tell you, during the pandemic, when the restaurants, you know who made the money? All these fast food.
All those.
I mean, and it also depends. Yeah, it depends on
where
you live. Well, every restaurant had to get on it in order to be able to stay in business.
Yeah,
I mean, it was what it was because you couldn't have any patrons. But I know where I am, nothing really shut down here. Nothing really shut down at
Indiana did.
Yeah,
we had all kinds of shit shut down. All kinds of.
Like I said, depending on where you were. I mean, at first things kind of shut down, and then governor was like, "Fuck that, man. That's it."
Dude, you want to know how weird it was? You want to know how weird it was not seeing bars and shit open in Indiana? Because that's all we got to do here is get drunk.
Well, let me ask you how they did it there. I don't know how they did it there. I know how they did it here because the weather's always so good. These motherfuckers set up.
Just rub it in.
They turn their parking. They turn their parking areas for bars and shit. They put tables and
they put them out
and shit like that outside.
Outdoor dining.
After they lightened up the mandates, they started doing that. I remember Leon there for a minute at the bars so they could make money. They were actually allowing bars to serve to-go cups of alcohol to people.
Yeah, I
pulling up to bars and getting mixed drinks and driving off.
Yeah, I remember that. But
liquor stores started delivering here too. Like liquor stores started delivering.
Now explain that one. What is fucking necessary about a liquor store?
No, they just started delivering. Everybody started delivering.
No, I'm just saying.
You needed a delivery service. Everybody.
I'm just saying. Most of these places that stayed open were supposed to be essential. And what's essential about getting drunk?
Well, keep in mind, I'm in South Florida, so it's like the retirement capital of the country. So people are old.
What's essential about getting drunk? You gotta fucking knock the memory away.
They were telling old people not to leave the house. They were telling old people that they were the biggest risk, and people didn't want to leave the house.
But even when you go into some of your grocery stores now, I don't know what you have down there, Auntie. I already know what a Big Body has. We have this place called Myers out here. Now, I went to buy some shrimp a few weeks ago. Man, I could only limit 2. Could only buy 2 bags.
If you remember, that's how it was everywhere when the pandemic first started. You would go to the grocery store and you were only allowed to get a certain number of canned goods, a certain number of, if you want to get a bag of sugar or flour
toilet
or stuff
paper.
Like that. Dude, that was the dumbest shit ever. The toilet paper fucking scarcity.
It made sense because they would be without it like that. Now, luckily for me, my mother had flown down from Pennsylvania. And this was when everything first started. So when I would go to work in the morning, she I don't know why she decided to take her vacation time, for 2 weeks and come stay with me. Like as soon as the pandemic popped off, she went to Sam's Club, the warehouse,
right,
every fucking day because they told you can only get 1 case of toilet paper, 1 case of paper towels. She went every day for a fucking week and just bought the same shit over and over again, every damn day.
Wow. You want to know a cheaper way?
And bought me a damn deep freezer too, because I'm going to tell you, man, people were wild. Just like he said, he went and got some shrimp. I saw people loading up damn big ass warehouse carts full of chicken and steaks.
I did
And
that.
yeah, and pork chops and bull, man. I'm like, that's crazy. And then you go in there behind them, and the place is out. There's no food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm like,
Hey,
you
what,
can limit the
what-
toilet paper, but you're not gonna limit the food.
hey, what you think about that boycott the truckers did over there? What was that in Colorado?
Colorado better get their shit together before they run out of supplies.
yeah, I think it was Colorado.
That's what I got to say. They better fucking figure it out before they ain't got nothing coming in there, and their fucking their constituents start getting angry because they ain't got no food to eat.
Yeah, I know the governor of Florida, and Auntie probably knows it. They wanted that supply chain to come down there in their Florida, and they were going to handle it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. What they did to that dude. I was watching.
They just tried to hire more truckers here.
Well,
they were like, y'all go on strike, whatever. They were giving out CDLs like water.
I was watching the news report today on it, and you know that dude is only 22 years old, right? Or 23 years old. So, and this happened back in 2019. So he was only like maybe 20, 21 years old, which means he was a rookie truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't have that much experience under his belt. And they sent him up in the fucking Rocky Mountains. And, dude, it's to be expected that there's going to be mistakes made, especially when you're a beginner. You know, you don't send a beginner up in, expert level fucking territory to drive around in, for one. So where's the accountability of this? Yeah. Where's the accountability of these truck industries that are training these guys?
Sounds like Swift. Sounds like he was working for Swift.
Either that or JB Hunt or Werner driving one of them wiener wagons.
Oh God damn!
Yeah, but
hey, get in the truck and go here. Drive 500 miles over there.
But look, the dude only killed 4 people, man, and they gave him 110 years for an accident. An accident. Come on.
110 years. I mean,
jeez.
100. Now you see why the truckers are boycotting. 110 years for it was a legit accident.
I mean,
I can see one. Look, I can see wanting to give the dude maybe a couple, 2 or 3 years for vehicular homicide. People get that all the time.
Give him 10. 10 with a chance to come home on parole in 3 years.
Right. But fucking 110 years. I mean, that's beyond excessive.
That's 4 life terms, man. 30 years is a lifetime.
Right. You're telling me this man driving his truck and getting into a fucking car accident is more of a fucking problem than child molestation and murdering people? Get out of here.
So the problem, and that's the problem with the criminal justice system. You got murderers, BLM.
Don't even get me started on the whole idea of criminalizing an accident to begin with. How did we get to a place to where we made a legitimate accident a crime?
Well, it's all about control language, Snowman. That's what they want to do. I mean, they, like when people had I'm going to say the virus, or they were. I know in Connecticut they had drones flying up there. I believe. I'm going to say allegedly, so the algorithm doesn't think I'm giving misinformation out here.
Yeah, nothing we say here is fact. It's all our own personal opinion.
But
hey, fuck you. If you don't like it, mind your business. That's how I exist.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff out here that people aren't educating themselves. Like going to the grocery store. What I'm seeing now is, I know when I go over to Myers, they used to have a lot of lanes in Myers, and they took some of the lanes out. Now they're all like
self-checkout like a motherfucker.
Yeah, actually, from what Walmart's saying, Walmart is by 2024, all their stores are going to be 100% self-checkout.
What that means?
They need to. I mean, nobody works at the motherfucking races anyway. Shit.
Dude, none of them cashiers know how to do the job anymore. God forbid they actually have to count back your change to you.
Yeah, because when I go in there, they only have maybe 2 lanes open.
Dude, I swear to God, any of you guys on this panel, anytime you go through a checkout and you have somebody check out your stuff and you give them cash, give them the cash and then wait a couple seconds and reach in your pocket and hand them the exact change after they've already put the cash in and it's told them what the change is and watch their fucking head explode.
Oh yeah, no, they'll sit there and look lost. That shit is funny, man.
Right.
That shit is hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Now, I'll tell you what's worse. Not even the exact change. what you do, or you're talking about the exact change so they can give you back even bills,
right?
Oh yeah, no, they're
throw them a
fucked.
quarter or something.
They're fucked when you tell them to do that. I mean, when you do that, they're fucked, man. They sit there.
You know, one of the first things we got taught in school was how to count in reverse.
Well,
count it back.
Well, Angry Snowman, we didn't have a computer. You know, you go into McDonald's.
The hell we did. We had computers. We had what was it? The Apple II in all of our schools.
Yeah, but you know,
floppy disks. We had the Texas Instruments.
What the fuck is with these spam bots?
Dude, they're getting bad. I need to get out there and I'll get rid of that for you real quick.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of them myself.
Everywhere, bro.
And I'm trying to. I'm like.
Well, see, the thing is you got to report.
I don't know.
You get rid of them, you report them.
Do
and
you
then
turn
you
on your subs? Well, I turn on my subs only mode.
I should
for my chat box. I sub only that shit.
I mean,
you got to be in order to put a comment in my chat box. You got to be subbed to me for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
so I'm like, if them damn spam bots if they can subscribe, fuck it, come on in.
I always record them with.
You know how to do it, right?
No, how do you do that?
Yeah. All right. So, on StreamYard where it says view on YouTube, make sure you viewing. Just where you go to ring somebody up. The YouTube one where it says edit video.
Yes.
You go to edit video. Yeah. So when you go into edit video, it'll say customization, and it'll come up, and you can put on subs only mode right under.
But you got to do that through YouTube Studio.
No, you just do it right through right on the YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
I know Leon's got it up because he'll wrench people up right there. Where it says edit video in blue, click it, and on the left where it says customization.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscribers only.
You want to do a StreamYard workshop,
and it asks you how long. It asks you how long you want them to be subscribed for.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to have somebody set it up. We definitely gonna have to have one, man. I mean,
you a goddamn engineer, dude. You should be able to figure this out.
Man, I'm a civil engineer. I'm not a.
Nah, I figured that out, man. When them haters and shit were coming in my damn chat box, popping shit.
Oh, they
but then talk about because they were coming in my chat box just to say I unsubbed to you. I'm like, really? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, they were
like, come on.
Hey, dude, I always thank them for that shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna pop in my chat box and say I unsubbed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, that you gonna be sub for. Hey, you can unsub, but you gonna sub first. Like, straight up.
I saw the people in your chat. Oh yeah, I mean you had like, but even in Nate's chat,
but they were all subbed.
Hey, you never saw my chat when it was when they were all wiling out on me. That was fucking disastrous in that chat.
Turn on sub only mode.
Dude, back when it was the Trailer Hood Voodoo Ninja channel, man. Oh my god, man, it was horrible.
I mean, turn on sub only mode. Fuck it.
I know Nate's been getting a lot of those spam bots too, because I got a wrench on his and I'm there just, and then they keep coming back.
And were you ever victim of the porn bombers?
Yeah, somebody tried to do that shit over the weekend, and he got pissed off and cussed me out, and then left because I put up an overlay. I put up an overlay on his ass.
Well, I've learned how to do that, but I've also to the point now where I make motherfuckers cam up even if I know them in the back before I'll put them on.
Yeah, because I don't know you, and you're not on cam, and I was like, you just. Like, for the most part, nobody's was coming up on that panel the other day unless you had a reason to. And don't get me wrong, there was times when people were just coming to just chop it up. The conversation got light. But for the most part, nah, bro, I knew who you were at that point.
Yeah, that was smoke for 48 hours, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody tried that. I had no clue who he was. And then I'm like, yo, say something. And tried to say some shit in some weird-ass voice and shit like that. I'm like, really, bro? I'm not taking this overlay down.
So there was so much smoke, man. I thought the Manosphere was going to burn down.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
It was beautiful, man. It was. I just think I think it's a sad state of affairs when a woman won MVP over all those men in the men.
Yeah, she was voted. Hey, it is. Well, like I said, everybody from all of those, like my channel's not straight Manosphere, and like I told people then. It's part of the Manosphere algorithm, but it's not straight Manosphere because I can't say I agree with all of the talking points in the Manosphere. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with all of the talking points from all of the other sectors either. That shit's the straight neutral zone. But I understand that shit's a big part of the Manosphere algorithm. So
we all are, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, we
that's
all.
it. And that's what I'm saying. So I was like, so understand. I rock with a lot of people from the Manosphere, but I'm like, I don't claim no set, so whatever.
I mean, I went to the Manosphere meetup, but I don't consider myself straight Manosphere. I actually identify over there with you, angry more with the gulag over there. Now I go on Nate's stuff, but I'm over there with Clue and the rest of them. They're that.
But
I think
I work with a lot of Manosphere dudes. Like I'm willing to work with the Manosphere on whatever collaborations.
Oh yeah,
panels, conversations, all of that stuff. So I don't have any problem with them.
I mean, now like I said, and while I have you all on there, the trying to get Matt down, and you got to come down there next time too, and see the
one in Houston.
I mean, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is just from me. Don't you have some haters out there, which are jealous people, but unless you were there,
look, there's a fucking another one.
Yeah, I see it. I'm gonna
another 2, 3, yeah.
Unless you were absolutely there,
and you turned on sub only mode, are you still getting that?
I'm still getting it.
I'm helping you. I always report them after I remove them.
Oh no, he don't have on sub only mode.
I certainly don't.
You want me to show you, man?
Yeah, you got to show me because this is. I mean, they were coming up on Nate's channel. Like I said, I'm still pretty new with StreamYard.
Well, the very last stream that SKC did, they didn't come up just doing that. They come up dropping links to porno websites on his stream.
Well, they did that. They did that to Nate's channel too. I saw that too, and I was in his chat thumbing them down, and I'm like, and they kept on coming back. I mean,
now my question is this: if YouTube can figure out how to silence people from telling the truth, how the fuck can't they figure out how to put an end to this shit?
No, that's a good question.
If they can prevent you from writing a specific thing in the comments because they're stalking people's fucking chats in the comments in them and prevent you from writing something because it's hate speech, how the fuck can they not stop that?
All right.
So you see where I am?
Yep.
Right here where it says edit video.
Yep.
Oh shit! I never noticed that.
You can do it, bro. Every now and then I'll misspell a title or some shit. I'll misspell a title, or you might want to throw some shit in the description box or something like during the video.
I always went right back
go to customization.
Yeah.
Customization, which is right there. You see where it says participants mode?
Yes.
Go from anyone to subscribers. And it asks you how long they got to be subbed.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes, whatever the fuck you want. Or make a custom amount. You make it so the motherfucker got to be subbed for like a couple days or some shit. Yeah, I don't know.
You ain't allowed to jump on the first stream.
Okay, no more than 60 minutes. Oh, hold up. Yeah, you can do that shit. You can say, hey, motherfucker got to be subbed to you for years. Learn something new every day. Yeah.
Now I understand how to do it now.
You basically got to be married to my channel to talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying you can do it, or make them be sub for an hour or whatever. But nah, 5 minutes is good. If people, because people will just sub to you one day and they'll want to come through. But yeah, that should help with them spam bots a little bit.
I put 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I got mine on.
Hey, Leon, I got your personal number. I'm subbed to you. We connected to the hip. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah. I got his personal too. So, and I don't live that far from him.
No, you don't.
I'll look him up on the auditor's page and find out exactly where he lives.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah, but I got a poll going on, and while I'm here, and I'm gonna, and you all probably already
answer's
know.
No.
Well, let me
I think I participated.
From 28,
there you go.
People, I said, are men likely to ask for help if they have a mental issue? 21%
no.
Yes, 79% no. Yeah.
Fuck no. If I got a mental issue, I'm gonna deal with it myself. I don't want nobody who don't know me to sit and help me. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me figure it out.
The thing is,
Yeah,
men
I
do need
did.
to start being able to be fucking at least somewhat open with each other and help each other out when it comes to shit like that. Because look, we're losing our fucking men at a drastic rate now in this country.
Yeah. Right, and that's why.
And it ain't just these fucking loser men. We're losing, real good quality men because they just can't take it anymore. They've been pushed to the edge.
A lot of us are burnt out from these fucking bitches and the shit they doing between the bitches and just society. Period, man. Burning us out, man.
Yeah, but that shit on your avatar, man, you just deal with it because of that.
You talking about my avatar? Oh, that's just one of my hoes, man.
Well, whatever. That shit on your avatar. That's why I just deal with shit.
Hey, look here, man. My avatar.
They be like, yeah, whatever. She's an evil bitch, but
I'll still look at her kind of cheese ass, pimpled up ass.
Hold the fuck up. Hold on.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Hold on, man. At the end of the day, I'm still a man. I gotta get my shit off. You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
Right. Hey, he ain't lying, man. You can still hate the bitch and like parts of her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
if you notice, she's turned first. She's positioned from the back, so I ain't got to see her face.
What, she leaning over a car? That's a car hood?
She's leaning over my Lexus, man. I took a little snapshot of her and I ran up in her.
That's broke ass Becky.
Yeah, is that?
Hey, man.
Is that a Becky or is that a Quenisha?
No, that's a little Dominican chick, man. She.
Oh, that's a Maria.
Maria.
Nah, her name is Erica, man.
Come on, man. I know it's in. Hey, man, I know it's in Canada. You and I went in that liquor store down there, man. There were a lot of them there, man. When we were in Canada.
Hey, look, I'm waiting for you to come on back down, man. I got some new shit to show you, man. Hey, hold on. Hey, I don't know if you by yourself or not right now, because I was going to say I got something waiting for you up here when you're ready, man.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I always gotta show the homies love when they come to visit, man.
I do that too, man. I usually keep a couple different flavors on hand.
What you call it? There was another guy that was supposed to be up there. I sent them the link. Not Guy King, but what's that brother? We dealt with him, brother Matt. He's down in North Carolina. B Hack.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get other brothers up here, man. I'm trying to get other brothers up here, like Auntie and everything, so we can actually collaborate, because I like to myself. We get different points of view because I know tomorrow Nate's going to have his show on, and just to let you guys know, hey, I appreciate all the support you give me. Now, I'm not one that's people run their channels the way they want. The banner going across is the Cash App, but I don't ask for it all day. I tell if they want to donate, that's fine.
I'm asking you motherfuckers need to donate to this man. This shit ain't cheap. It takes time, money, and effort, man.
No, but you look out, man. You're a panelist. He's not gonna ask for it. Like I don't ask for it either. I'm just like, yo, if anything, if you can, I appreciate it. Like that was what I did over the weekend. That was the Ant Needs a New Chair Fund. So I got myself a new chair on the way. You know what I'm saying? I got myself a new game chair.
But
my fucking
one thing
chair sucks.
But I also say, look, if you can't do that, hit the like button, share the video.
At least.
Well,
now I will be I know Tommy Jeans told me about it, so I will be doing because I'm doing this on the laptop. I got to go get a brand new computer. Brother Angry Stone, man, I already told you about what happened to mine with the I was getting the
I was right, wasn't I? It was fried.
Yeah, I went in there and tried to reboot it, and then the system it sounded like the fan was going. So I got
his computer was doing what your phone does when it gets a virus and gets stuck on that boot loop.
Yeah,
his computer was doing the same thing as a boot loop.
It would
charge up and it would just sit there and start up and shut down, start up and shut down, start up and shut down.
I couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you watch too much porn.
That's why you gotta have a porn phone and a regular phone. That way, when the porn phone gets all riddled up with porn viruses, man, you just throw it in the trash.
But I've had the computer for 10 years though. I was running Windows 8 on it, and then I went.
Good Lord!
Yeah, good Lord.
Damn.
Yeah, I was running Windows.
I know. Fuck them damn spam bots. Them motherfuckers are gone. I know that.
all I know, man, is if you were running Windows 8, you were only like 2 years upgraded from XP.
No, yeah, I was too. Because what was before 7 was
seven.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was straight.
Seven was a good one, man. I
That was
actually
one
had
of
it
their
on one of my old
best.
laptops, man.
Yeah, that was one of their best versions, in my opinion.
I think XP, man, was that was around, and then the one that really messed it up was Vista.
Yeah, Vista was garbage, and so
Vista
is
was a
Windows
bitch.
11. Windows 11 is fucking garbage, dude. The new computer I got came with it fucking built onto it, and it's garbage. I hate
I was told not to even get Windows 11 because you're going to have to update that. That's got the bugs there.
Dude, this motherfucker updates every fucking 3 minutes.
So, you know, that's so Windows 11 is not that good then.
Well, look, and then there's times where, say you accidentally you have a power outage and your shit shuts down, and you know how usually you'll go to start your computer back up in safe mode. You know, you'll just boot it back up. It'll run through the scan, the diagnostic, and everything, and then you'll be good to go. If your computer shuts down without going through the shutdown process, and you go to start it back up, it runs so fucking slow until you shut it down a couple times. Like you have to literally go into your power mode and shut it down yourself physically a couple times to get it to start. Like you'll try to go to YouTube and watch a live stream, and it'll just constantly buffer until you do that.
Yeah, when I had Windows 8, mine was doing that. I mean, I remember when I got Windows. I mean, when it just came out, I was Windows 8. Windows 8 was horrible, and then they tried to. There was no such thing as Windows 9. They called it 8.1. So I put that on there, and that wasn't much better. They just eliminated the start button. So then I got 10, and I mean I did like 10, but I think 7 and XP were the best ones they have out.
I'm actually thinking about switching from Windows to Linux.
Where do you get a Linux computer from? See,
I think it's just the software. You got to buy the software and put it on your computer.
Because I know some of the guys who do YouTube, they're running they're running off of MacBooks.
Right.
They say that's the shit for what the fuck we're over here doing.
Yeah, that's the fucking
that shit is like a foreign language to me, man. A Mac.
It's the ideal way to go, though.
No, I heard that. It's just like a foreign language to me, bro. I don't know how to use it.
Well, dude, it's kind of like going from it's like going from Android to iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Minister Jap, he uses
they swear by it once they do it. I'm just scared that like I gotta get all new equipment once I get a Mac. Like all new shit, new webcam, new mic, new fucking every goddamn.
I don't have to get new stuff.
New headset. Man, Mac is never compatible with anything. I don't know. You tell me though, because I've never had a fucking.
Well, I don't know 100%. I mean, I'm not even gonna play like I do.
Bro, I used to. I had an iPod one time. I had an iPod one time, and I was like, "Yo, that shit." I had to pay an extra damn. This was back in like 2011. I had to pay like an extra $60 for a damn wire just to get that bitch to like plug into the DVD player I put in my car.
Yeah,
like it was like because it needed a special wire. You know what I'm saying? Special connection wire. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I don't know how to.
But you're telling me if I had a basic MP3 player, it'd be no problem. But because I have a fucking iPod, I got it. I mean, granted, none of that shit matters anymore. But back then, it was a big deal.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to run. I tried running Apple. I just.
He like me. Yeah.
Look, I had an iPhone for about 2 years, and it took me about 8 months to, bridge the learning curve. All right. Well, then I had an issue where
8 months. 8 months to learn how to use your phone.
Yeah, well, most of it was muscle memory that you had to change.
You said 8 months to learn.
No, like I'm saying, most of it is it's the muscle memory that you got to learn how to change because you have muscle memory on certain operating systems on phones that you just do inadvertently.
Now you all got.
Hey, you know what, Snowman? I actually feel you on that, man, because it took me about a good 2.5 years to learn how to use an Android.
An Android.
Now
Well, look,
listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hey, before you jump on me, hold on. When I went away to prison in 2008, I left out during the flip phone era and the church
oh
phone.
Lord, son.
When I came
you left
home,
out there. Yeah, you left out there when
He went to prison and they were still using the brick. He came
No,
back.
they had the
were
razor.
using
He left around
they had the
razor time.
razor.
yeah, the razors, and the church phones. I came home. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah, he left when they had, and he left when they had Nextel. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah, Boost Mobile, Nextel, and all that shit.
He was using a jitterbug when he went in. Come out, motherfuckers had flying cars.
Yeah, Jay Montes
so
talking about Apple. He says Apple's shady business practices with their phones. I don't want to get anything from them. See, I don't even know about.
Yeah, but they're going head to head with Facebook right now, and Facebook selling everybody's data.
Oh, that's
You think YouTube ain't selling the Google ain't selling the information too?
Everybody is, but see, look, did you guys hear that? Did you hear that there's supposed to be this? There's people trying to get a big lawsuit going with Facebook since Mark Zuckerberg had admitted at that last Senate hearing that most of the fact checkers that they have on Facebook aren't actually fact checking anything. It all goes by their opinions. So there's this what do they call that when you got a collective of people coming together for a lawsuit? What kind of lawsuit is that?
It's a class action. It's a class action.
Yeah, they're trying to get a class action lawsuit together for anybody who's had their platforms or information. Basically, their platforms completely deplatformed and all their information stolen by Facebook.
Wow.
That's damn near everybody.
I was about to say that's everybody. That was supposed to be the thing for that. Well, that was supposed to be how they were going to pay people the UBI and shit like that. They were going to make the tech companies like Facebook and shit pay it. Facebook and Google.
Yeah, they should have to pay us for our metadata.
Well, exactly. There you go. They were like they owe that shit back to the people.
You know, instead what they did is
their algorithm is based on you. Their whole business is their algorithm.
Yeah, we're the what's being sold.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
our habits, our trends, everything, and they make billions of dollars on advertising to us because, and it's not like they just advertise to us because they use our platform. They advertise to us based on what the fuck we do, you know,
based on listening to you through your phone and shit.
All that,
straight up. Look, man, and I thought that shit was fucking hokey, you know, real conspiracy theory until one day I was talking about, man, I just got a new welder, got a new table saw, you know. All kinds of shit for the shop, man. I was like, man, you know, it'd be real nice as if I had the money to get me a plasma cutter. And then 2 hours later, I'm looking on scrolling through fucking Facebook and plasma cutter advertisements were in there. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Now, you all with computers, do you have a brand? Now, a brand of computer I've always stuck with, and I continue to stick with it, is HP. I mean, that's what I use.
I think they're all junk nowadays.
Oh shit! I've got an HP too. I didn't even know. I got mine from work.
I got
I don't know. My printer.
They gave it to me when I had to work from home and shit, man. I still
optimally, if I had the money, I'd rather get an Alien Workshop computer.
No, I've got an HP. And you know what? HP is a good idea, man, because I've never had any problems.
Alienware, that's what it's called. Alienware. Those are good.
Those are like those home built computers. Like you get the parts for that shit and then you build it yourself, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The Alienware shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but them end up running like $4 or $5, $6 grand.
Yeah, but you can set up some sick ass hybrid fucking Doc Brown DeLorean Back to the Future flux capacitor computer.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing it's missing is the flux capacitor.
Jake Monson says ad blocker is your best friend for most ads, but even that will be outdated soon.
Right. You know, like me, anymore, I think all of your commercial computers are all pretty much about the same. They all run the same equipment, same operating system. I mean, what it is are you a Windows? Are you a Windows?
I'm a Windows
guy, or are you an iOS operating system?
Yeah, I want to start using OBS. So I hear that Mac is the way to go.
Dude, I've tried to learn how to use OBS, man, but dude, it seems like the learning curve is retarded on that.
They say it's a bitch to learn it, but once you learn it, it puts everything on autopilot.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's almost like trying to learn how to write JavaScript.
Yeah, OBS.
You tried it?
Yeah. I tried some of it, man. I watched some videos, but I just couldn't wrap my brain around shit for some reason.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either. It was very it was very difficult. And now there are other for streaming, like I was told StreamYard, but I know Reg uses Zoom. Now I know how to use Zoom. Zoom is easy. But you gotta, in order to actually go on panels with Zoom, you gotta upgrade. And there's another one out called Streamlabs.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use that one. I think you have to use OBS.
There's so many different streaming platforms, though, believe it or not. We just know of some of the popular ones because we're on YouTube, but there's also Restream. There's some other ones I've seen.
Melon's another popular one.
Yeah. There are a lot, and they all have licensing deals with YouTube and Facebook and other platforms. But I gotta ask Leon, since I'm up here. Okay, so I wouldn't even feel comfortable if I have another conversation about this, and I'm actually on here with somebody that was there. So tell us about the Manosphere meetup, if you can. I know you probably talked about it. This is the first time I got to talk to you since.
Here's I was there. I thought the Manosphere meetup was a success. We didn't talk about politics. We didn't talk about women. Theo did a good job on IT. We basically networked with each other. Yeah, we had some guys give speeches, but for the most part, it wasn't what you see on YouTube. There was no arguing back and forth. Were there mistakes made? Yes, there were mistakes made. I mean, I know I shot some footage with my phone. We didn't have everything that we wanted, but for the most part, it was a success.
Okay.
Now,
so we talked about this on my channel. This was beforehand, and I was like, look, I've seen the ballroom seminar hustle, and this is the way I thought it was going to be. I was like, this is going to be some guys that get a bunch of other dudes to come, and they're just going to sell books and courses. That's it. Yeah, I knew that. That's the way I saw it coming. Is that the way you saw it when you were there? Because, I mean, of course, you're going to meet people and you're going to network while you're there, but was that the purpose of the people that threw it or put it together?
The actual purpose was for networking, making friends. That's, because we're on YouTube together, getting acquainted with each other, and for the most part, teaching other brothers about what we do. Like, I'm a civil engineer. I didn't get a chance to speak, but
so it was a borderline meet and greet for people to actually sit down and to get to meet each other face to face.
Right. It was, and it was totally different from YouTube. Like I said, everything that we talk about on YouTube, we didn't even talk about there. We didn't. And we had 70 to 80 people there.
That's not a bad turnout.
No.
Not for year one.
Well, even me, when I went down there.
From what I heard, that's not the first one, but
I thought it was the first one.
Well,
I can tell you.
C Boogie did something. It was different, but for what Nate and what Theo, this was the first one that we did. In over on Nate's panel, that's the first one we did where he got a bunch of people, and he started coordinating this up a long time ago. There were some logistical issues. Yes, it wasn't perfect. But I'm just going to say overall, it was a success. I'm a little bit more comfortable with the brothers now that I've seen them in person. I mean, I saw Big Mike, I saw Clue, Obsidian. May not like those guys, may not even agree with those guys, but they were there. And I know Theo, he didn't make any money off of his IT course. He was showing brothers how to do AWS, how to log in, and He set them on their own. They even had a lab. Now I asked a few questions, but I wasn't there for the lab part. And other than that, there was no fighting, nothing like that. Minister Jap was there. For the first time we met, it was pretty good. It was pretty.
What do you think? Well, I mean, if you guys want to mention that information, I mean, look, from what I saw, what I heard, it just looked like it just lacked event planning. I know you heard a lot of people getting on people for other things, the way people were dressed, the lack of things like that. I was just like, look, in the business I'm in, I'm like, the first thing I would do is I would recommend you hire an event planner. Like that's it. You know?
Now I will be honest with you. The event planning could have been better. I saw that myself. Okay. Because when we got there, we had to pay for parking. We, the food. All that logistical stuff overall. But that goes along with the event. Had the event planning been a little bit better, things would have run a lot smoother. So the next time, I believe it'll be a lot better. It's just a learning experience. You're in marketing, so you know full well about this stuff. Brother Ante.
I mean, you saw what I did over the weekend. That was fun, but that's what I try to tell people. Like that's what I do. I put a plan together and I just make it happen.
You know what? See, that's what. Now, if somebody like you were there.
I'm not an event planner though. Hey, I would have hired one. It was like they would have gave me a budget and I would have hired.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to bounce off real quick, man. But I just wanted to let you guys know it was a pleasure. Always I enjoy having discussions with you, Auntie. You know, same with you, big body. Even though I can't stand that big ass you got staring at me the whole time I'm talking.
I ain't got no problem with it.
Dude, all I see is cellulite and fucking butt blisters. But but hey, dude, it was nice. I'm just clowning, man. And hey, Leon, brother, always enjoy coming up and chopping it up with you, brother. I'll talk to y'all later. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys all have a good holiday with your families and stuff. Stay safe, man, and blessings and prayers.
Yeah. You too, brother.
Yeah. All right, man. You too, man. Happy holidays.
All right. Happy holidays, bro. But like I said, brother Ante, yeah, we could have done a little bit better with the planning, but for the most part, that was my first time ever going to Atlanta, so I got a lot out of it. But event planning is a very difficult. I don't even know how to do it.
Okay. Meaning, well, I know what I would want, and I would know the vision and what direction I wanted to go in. I'm the guy that would work closely with the event planner. You know what I mean? Because the event planner may not know you. I know you, but the event planner knows how to throw an event. So we're going to work together. So all you have to do is show up.
And see, that's the next. See, the next time we actually have it. All right, Theo was the IT guy. We did IT, but we're going to have more professions down there. Like we can get you down there with marketing and IT, because what the focus was to network with brothers and to get them into professions where they can make money, where they can. It wasn't about the women. It really wasn't about the politics. It wasn't. And I know some people, yes, they criticize about how people look and everything. Okay,
you didn't hear that from me. The only thing I had to say about it was just the event planning aspect of it.
Well, yeah, that's you. But there were a number of other.
But I'd be an asshole if I didn't talk to somebody that was actually there.
Yeah, but they had a number of people who weren't there, who were they had their opinions, but they weren't there in person. But yes, the event plan, and Theo knows that as well, and that can be corrected. But it's our first one, so. And
I respected what Theo did. Like literally, I guess the day you guys flew back or came back, he jumped on Reg's panel and explained what went on, and I saw that day, And that was all I had to say was just the event planning aspect
yeah.
of it. I know if anybody watches the replay over the weekend, me and Beach sat there and talked about it because she did event planning before, and we were talking about it for a while. She was like, yeah, those were the things that they were missing. So
you guys put some honest criticism on it. See, that's different. But the other guys, they were just being children about it because they didn't do it. They had the jealousy. I mean, hey, I don't mind the critique because I critiqued it myself. Okay, I think there should have been, as far as a better program, limit the amount of speaking, have people speak about 20 minutes. That didn't happen. That could have helped as well. Certainly there were things, but some of us, like me, I drove 9 hours from Indiana down there to Atlanta. 9 hours. So I just believe next time it'll work out a lot better. I mean, he wants it in Houston, and okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect. I mean, I haven't even been around the spaces for a year, so I didn't expect an invite or anything like that. But I was like, if anybody needed help as far as just either finding an event planner or marketing or anything like that, I'd have been more than happy to help.
And that you know what, that's the whole purpose, Auntie, the networking. And when I go on Nate's panel tomorrow, start bringing some of that up, because Nate started creating an email list, okay, of the brothers, and some of the brothers didn't show up, like TPOT, because he had other engagements. Osama didn't show up, but yes, we want individuals who have marketing and business experience, and I'm a civil engineer, and we have IT. It's just getting brothers in the trades and the professions. That's really what it was about.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I said I was like, worst case, there's gonna be silver lining in it. When people were talking, oh, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. I was like, the brothers are still there, and they get to exchange each other's phone numbers, and that right there can be priceless. They get to exchange phone numbers and email addresses in person, and then you link up with people that you wouldn't even have thought that you'd be cool with. Like, that's usually the way it works. I've been to events like that, so you're going to learn from it. And, the next event's going to be better. And the next event after that is going to be better. But I could have helped him to the point where, like, he wouldn't even had to kick out that much money to set it up. Your vendors could have paid for all that.
I mean,
if you'd have had some.
The reason why he even chose Atlanta, because a lot of folks were from Atlanta, but they didn't even show up. Jay Munta, question for the panel. What would you all recommend to get your foot in the door with tech? It depends on IT or
software engineering,
computer programming, database management,
coding.
Yeah.
Well,
learning some different languages like Visual Basic and Python.
I don't know much about it. I'm just a salesman. I can sell it, but I don't know anything about IT.
Yeah, I don't know anything about IT either. I'm not an IT guy, but at the end of the day, a professional is a professional. Like, you're an accountant, and that also helps me. Brothers in accounting. See, the bigger picture was to, show the YouTube community that Black men are capable of getting something done together, even if we have disagreements. That's what it was all about. I mean, I look at the big picture. I can go in there and, yes, I could pick it apart myself, but that's really what it was. I mean, it was a bunch of brothers off of YouTube, okay, that we were talking on the panel, and we actually met in real life. That was what that was about.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That did kind of just give me an idea about just throwing an event over the weekend. I had done long streams before, that lasted a while. But I was like, you know what? I can throw an event, and I don't need to sink a bunch of money into it. I can have the same tools that everybody else has: a StreamYard Live button and a horn. That was it. One sound effect.
You did
And
a good job on your event too.
and I just wanted to show people that, like, look, you guys own, like, the space belongs to you. You don't need all of that other stuff. You know, do you have good ideas, innovative ideas? There's no one way that content has to be. You know,
and see, that's what we need. Maybe, you know, like myself, I have a business on the side, quality control inspection services. See, somebody like you who knows marketing, you can sell it. I'd come to somebody like you. I said, okay, how do I advertise it? How do I get it out there? Who's my competition?
okay. Now I'll be honest with you, as far as just that. Yeah, no, that's something that I have to pay attention to all of the time when I'm dealing with a consult or something like that. A couple of my clients have actually made their way into to the spaces. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, put them on blast, but I hooked them up with other content creators. They've done interviews and some other stuff. Yeah,
You did what we did at the Manosphere
yeah.
meetup. Same exact thing.
I just try to keep working, you know what I'm saying, working this stuff separate because there's a lot of fuckery that goes on around here. Yeah, but
there is, but see, this is why I said, okay, on my channel, you know, I don't like all the, yeah, it's all right. The entertainment is fine, but when it gets down to brass taxes, I want us black men, particularly as professional ones and our blue collar who
you might need to mute him.
Yeah, you know, I want I want people like us who have something going for ourselves to actually put it out there to help other brothers out there. That's what I wanted. And you know, I looked at your event and I learned from other brothers. I don't know everything either.
Which it's a lot. I was like, people are like, wow, that was great. I was like, it was a live stream, just a live stream. But I was like, you just had an idea, and you know, there are going to be times when sometimes you're going to have to get lucky. You know, people are going to promote things. Somebody's going to say something, but you're live. People are going to say things. They're going to be sound bites, and that helped. And I didn't want to over promote it. You know, I didn't want to over promote it, and I didn't want to under promote it. So I went on panels just like I'm on yours right now. I allowed people to ask me about it, you know, just like you did, instead of, you know, just bringing it up. I didn't want, you know, anybody to think that I was just coming on their panel to talk about what I was doing. Hey, if you ask me about it, we'll talk about it. If not, you know, we'll stay on the topic.
You know, I didn't care who was on. I want to see how we did this event because, okay, in order for us brothers to actually, you know, really make YouTube work, we got to do that. We just have to do things like this. We got to get.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to. That's pretty much what I wanted to just tell people was just talk to me, talk to each other, work with each other, because that all it took was some planning. Right. That was it. Just some planning and, you know, an idea. And I chose to keep it really, really simple, simple. But it starts with you just have a vision and then you work backwards. Don't worry about how am I going to start it. Then what am I going to do? Then what am I going to do? Then what am I going to do? No, you're going to go crazy. What do you want to accomplish? And then you map out a route to get there. So, yeah.
And that was because I like what you did. And see, people like me, I would have, you know, I learned. I said, don't procrastinate. Get in there. You took a risk. Okay, this is one thing that particularly black men, one of the reasons why we don't have power, we don't take enough risks. You took that risk. Regardless, it still turned out well. But even, let's say if it didn't, you took that risk. And I can't do anything but respect that. Okay.
Yeah.
I like what 48 hours. I'm okay. What kind of?
I was willing to end it at 12, and I told people that. I said, you know, it's going to go between 12 and 48. And Mace Taggart, shout out to him. He said, I'm taking the over on 36. I said, I don't know, but I'll be prepared for it.
And I know the next one you do. I mean, I like that idea because there are other things I'm going to do with my channel too. Like I'm going to, besides the live streams, you know, my plan is just to do one live stream a week, and I'll do regular content like 20-minute videos because I was doing pre-recorded videos before I started streaming. I haven't been streaming that long, maybe for 2 months. That's it. while you guys got up there on the stream, and I was late because the last stream I did was on I was on somebody's panel. I've been on Nate's panel, but I was on Google Hangouts. That's what we did before they even had StreamYard. So I'm still a little new. So I'm trying to watch how you all do. And yes, I got some new equipment I got to set up too, so I can make my channel better.
All I used was this and a sound and one sound effect.
What's that? A blue Yeti?
That's
I
it.
got one of those too.
I can't stand it. But that was it. I had this, I had my headset, and I got a TV with YouTube, and that's it, man. Just that horn. Yeah.
I know other people, they got better, like Ringo and Angry Man, they got the fantastic equipment. I got a mixing board too. I can set it up. I got another microphone. It's a Shure, which that's a good one. And there are a few things I got to do, like learn how.
You want to be clear. You do want to be clear, and But I was like, I use this shit to play music. Until I play music through that damn microphone because you can hear a toilet flushing next door.
Yeah, you got you're doing good, and that's why I tell people, especially when I'm on Nate's channel, because I usually hang in that sector with Nate and Trey. So spam Auntie's channel over there, and Nate will be on tomorrow. I think he'll Minister Jap. I met him. He's a pretty big YouTuber out of Chicago, so he's been around for a while.
Yeah. So. No, I'm familiar with everybody's content for the most part. I just wanted to let everybody know that like I said, this is the space. This is the people's space. Like, this is the people's space.
Right.
You don't have to be told the way, the content that you have to put out. Hell, even if, you want to allow the space to be your content. If you're going to allow the space to be your content, which it's kind of bullshit, but do it right. Do it the right way, because anybody can just hit the live button and drop a StreamYard link. Do it the right way. If you're going to do it at all.
And that's right. I'm gonna continue to do mine right. And
no, you do excellent, man. It's still your stream, but there's so many streams, so many content creators that fucking 10 minutes in, they're dropping a fucking link. They're dropping a link. They don't have anything to say, and I'm like, that's cool. But if you're really gonna allow the rest of the audience to be the show, give the audience a show.
I usually
that's just the way I saw it. I was like, give everybody a show. Like, really, really. Go there with it.
I usually go in for about an hour, and then after I got my hour, then I go ahead and drop it. And if nobody comes up, I still go on, because I used to do Blog Talk Radio, which I'm gonna be bringing that back too, and all kinds of stuff I'm gonna do with it. We got Kelly Torrance in the building.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes, indeed. She comes around. But yeah, I almost quit YouTube, but it's got.
It'll do it to you, man. It'll do it to you. Like, you sacrifice things like sleep, and I've been working a lot harder, and that's why I said I'll give it a couple of days, and that was just something I wanted to just give back to the space. That was it. Because I did meet a lot of good people, and I know they say that we're all full of shit around here, and we're all with the shit. And
yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
I when I was going through some things, or when people are going through, like, people call me, they got in touch with me on Instagram or sent me emails just saying, "Look, are you okay? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And literally, like people out of nowhere that I didn't know gave a shit. They might have just sent me a message on IG saying, "Hey, to hell with YouTube. How are you doing? How's your family doing? How's your son doing? How's work going?"
I mean,
so they're really good people.
Right. Even Citizen Lou, shout out to him. He's going to be upgrading his equipment. So there are a lot of us.
Shout out to Citizen Lou.
Yeah, a lot of us are taking it seriously. It just this stuff takes a lot of work. I mean,
I'm upgrading mine now. I'm setting up a studio in my other room right now.
I got to get a desk, and because I'm only using a laptop, so I'm going to have to eventually like at work use 2 monitors where I can do better broadcasting from.
Yeah, I've actually got 3.
3 monitors.
I've got a television. A television is the third monitor. I had to disconnect it. Not enough RAM to run a third monitor without it lagging. But I'm on dual monitors. So like when you see me share, I have another monitor.
See, when I share, I'm using a regular HP laptop.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So
it makes things really, really easy, and especially if we're gonna network and be around the space, you do at least need 2 monitors so you can kind of just keep your eyes and your ears to the streets and see what's going on. Yep. That was something else that I felt as though a lot of the bigger tenured content creators, they haven't had their ear to the space.
Right.
And that's why little old me was able to put on an event that kind of trumped most other live streams, because like you're not even like, come on, how is that something new? How is that something so simple, so new?
Yeah, and see, people like Citizen Lou here, he's an IT guy too. He's going to get an interface and a mic, and he says you got to have multiple monitors.
I have multiple monitors with multiple tabs up.
Yeah,
look, every room in my house, with the exception of the bathrooms, are equipped. I can be on like all over YouTube. I can see chat boxes scroll. I can scroll through chat boxes, all of that. My kitchen, the bedrooms, the phone, of course, my patio, and right here my desk. And as far as the desk is concerned, this ain't that. I'm on a picnic table. I put a picnic table up here.
Right. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But we've been on for. Yeah, we've been on for about 3.5 hours. It is here. It's going on 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Let me get ready to shut it down. And
monitors are straight, man. Just make sure you get it's just a simple cord. You just put it in there and that's it. That way you just drag shit out of your way. That's the cool thing about it. You don't have to close tabs. You just drag that shit. Just move that shit over.
That's
makes it so much easier.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna be up here next week. I'm probably gonna move my stream to Fridays. Look out for that. I think I'm gonna move it to Fridays starting in 2022. That way I don't have to get up and go to work the next day. But I'll come by your stream too.
No, I'll do a few streams. I'm gonna pretty much relax for the end of the year. Of course, I'll be with the family this weekend. That's why I didn't do. Of course, I wasn't gonna do it for Christmas weekend. And I wasn't gonna do it for New Year's. I was like, I'm going out. But yeah,
I hear that.
So that's it. For the rest of the year, I'm gonna pretty much be on autopilot.
Oh yeah. So thank you, Kelly Torrance, for that point, for that comment. But again, I thank you all for joining.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Hit my man's Cash App so you get that damn. But you said you need a new computer.
And also, I don't know if you can do it there, brother Auntie.
Yeah.
I wrenched you up. You should be able to put your.
No, I got a wrench.
Yeah, put spam. Put your channel in there, because I want everybody to get you noticed there too. Try to get everybody. And Citizen Lou, if you're in there, put your channel in there. Put your channel in the chat so people know who you are. So
I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, I always tell I want people, they're gonna be on my put your channel in there, because if you got a channel, I mean you're always in the clear too, because it just you're doing what I'm doing, that's right. Subscribe to Auntie's channel and subscribe to Citizen Lou's channel.
And if I can go back to just as far, because so many good things came out of that. And feel free if you go. I'm gonna redo the description boxes, where if you look, I did a state of the space address last night. That's the name of the stream, and in the description box I have links to about 10 or 15 people's channels in that description box, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put them on all 4 of those streams. Big J's link is in there. Bomb Cherry's link is in there. Beach's link is in there. James Keel's, DS1. Like a lot of China White's got like 4 channels. Her link is in there. There are a lot of people's links in there, and Sexy Red and people told me that not only that, like, you know how many people are wrenched up on your channel. I give everybody wrenches too. I took 95% of the wrenches away for that event, and everybody that came on the panel and most of the people in the chat box, they said they gained like a lot of new subs, because I allowed people to just, I was like, hey, put such and such's link in the chat for them. Put such and such's link in the chat for them. So people don't have to hoard subs. Like, if everybody works together, just like what Leon is letting people do and all of that, like, we can all grow. We can all grow. Because people were telling me they got like 30. I'm not gonna tell you how many subs I got just from one weekend. Got a lot. But people that were just part of it and just there, picked up 30, 40 new subs.
That's why people. I'll wrench them up.
Yeah.
Put spam your channel in there, and I'll make sure that people subscribe to it.
Yeah. People were picking up 30, 40, 50 new subs, and it's all fun, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah, I picked up well over 100 myself from just for the Manosphere meetup and for what I'm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to grow and build, and of course we're gonna have the conversation. We're gonna talk. Everybody brings different things to the table, but for the most part, we're gonna disagree. We're gonna agree. We're gonna have issues. We're gonna curse each other out sometimes. But at the end of the day, we're supposed to be men. We're supposed to be adults. And I know people are gonna bitch. They're like, well, the women messed up this space. It's like, yeah, but they're here. So that's it.
Yeah.
Why not work with them too?
Well,
but we're gonna work with the like-minded ones.
That's another key that you mentioned. See, one of the reasons why the Manosphere meetup was good, the Manosphere meetup, and Nate put it out there, we had like-minded people. That's why we didn't have the arguing. I mean, there are just some people out there who weren't serious about this event. Yeah, you can have all the entertainment. That's fine. Be serious about what you're doing. You were serious about what you're doing. And I know you don't play around on your channel. You're not going to have anybody that's not serious, because it's your brand and your reputation. So
now, I don't play the trolling. I don't play the trolling.
So
it can get wild, it can get ratchet, but there's no trolling.
Well, I've heard I've heard you get on some people on your panel, but you have to do that. And the whole purpose is to have put out some issues, but have fun. And I think too many of us, we start stressing and we make it too much part of our life. Okay, that's why I like to do news. I want to do news and politics, agree with it or disagree with it. I want to show you what I know, and then take the information and decipher it any way you want it. And I don't care if people use my information. I don't worry about the pettiness on it. I think we get rid of some of the pettiness, it'll be okay.
There you go. And hey, that was just what I said. I said, you know what? In order to get out of it, maybe we just got to get really, really deep into it for a weekend. Just let it all out. But Monday morning, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
2022 is coming up, so that's it. 2022.
I was like, Monday morning, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I had to tell some people on Monday morning when they're like, but he said, I was like, hey,
because even on
where
my
were
channel,
you yesterday?
Even on my channel, I'm thinking about coming up with some, because I'm a football fan. I'm gonna come up with some sports. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I know they lost, and
have fun. Just have fun. Just have fun, because I'm pretty sure that idea is going to be knocked off. More people are going to do it. I did it first, damn it. But I did it first. But I mean, you'll see people try to do them for, like I said, they've been doing rumbles and fuckery panels. You'll see them for 6 hours and 8 hours and 10 hours. But, whatever. If you can't go the whole 48,
I'll be the first one to tell you.
But it was entertaining the whole way. So,
but all right, my bro. I know you probably got to get on up. I got to get on up.
Yeah, like I say, I'm just making my rounds, making yourself some sleep. I appreciate you having me up, man.
All right, bro.
And I appreciate you giving me that insight as far as what went on in Atlanta. Because I mean, I think I don't know if Village Arsonist was there. I haven't really talked to him since.
He wasn't there. He wasn't.
He talk about the the Avatar.
Oh yeah, that Matt stuff. Yeah, maybe not. It wasn't flagged last time he was up here.
Whatever.
Whatever.
But nah, shout out, and I'm gonna try. I don't know what the dates are for Houston. Do you know what the dates are?
We don't know yet, but as soon as Theo gets back from Brazil, we'll know more.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about crashing your party in Atlanta with a party bus full of women. I thought about it. I'm not far. Ain't nothing but an 8-hour drive.
Well, I drove 9 hours, so
I was just looking for an excuse to be on a party bus with women for 8 hours.
Well,
that was it.
That's it. But
it wouldn't have been hard. I was like, oh, I should crash with a party bus full of women. I was thinking about it up until about a week before you guys got down there.
All right, Merry Christmas, all. Merry Christmas to you too, Kelly. You be safe. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it on up here myself.
Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too, my brother. You be safe and have a happy holidays, and
you too.
On doing what you're doing, my brother.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace. Well, another hot stream, and I thank the chat, thank the panel, and again, we talk a lot about depression. Depression is real. Domestic violence is real, of course, with men. We men, if we have issues with mental health, we definitely need to take care of it. Also, we got into tech about computer. If you want to get into the YouTube game, start off small, then you grow your channel, know the topic that you're talking about, and if you're going to do panels, have several topics. I do suggest that you start off and you do some pre-recorded content, and this is just my opinion because I've done it. Cam up, let everybody know who you are. And when you do pre-recorded videos, you don't have to do pre-recorded videos that are 30 minutes like mine. 10 to 15 minutes is all you need. Let everybody know what your channel is about, and you got to help others. Okay, this is the good thing about YouTube, networking. Takes a lot of work to do what we do. You're going to get trolled. You're going to have agreements. You're going to have disagreements. But in the long run, if you know what's if you know what's going on, just continue to understand that we're in social media. We're all going to be criticized. Don't take it personally. And just make sure you maintain your integrity and your dignity. This is YouTube. This isn't the real world. So at the end of the day, if you want your channel to grow, network. And again, the Manosphere meetup, it was a success. Yes, we needed an event planner. I can understand that. But we did meet our objective. And I'm looking forward toward the next one. And at the end of the day, it's all about freedom. It's all about prosperity and growth. And that's my commentary on this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some STEM educational material, check out my Mind of STEM channel. On that channel, I'll give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. And if you cannot find me on YouTube, you can check me out on Twitter, MeWe, and Parler for the 401 Talk Zone radio show. And for my Mind the STEM channel, you can check me out on Twitter and LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, I'm going to leave you with this. Be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And again, if this content offended you, it wasn't to offend you at all, I'm going to say this. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.